was like that. I thought you pulled up. That's my fault. I ain't trying to pressure you. You good? Cheers real quick.
Definitely.
Yes, sir. Rashawn will cheers with you in spirit.
Literally, in spirit.
All right, welcome back to the 10 Lines Podcast. I'm your boy, July Line. This is episode 53. In this episode, we will be discussing Superman, woke backlash, 17-year-old true crime, Nicki Minaj versus Jay-Z and Megan Thee Stallion, Megan Thee Stallion soft launch, AMP target backlash, no Epstein list, MAGA supporters backtrack, and Drake's psychological damage, and more. So make sure you watch all the way into the end so you don't miss a single thing. Also subscribe, comment, like, and share. Not introducing Nina because she's not here. But we will introduce Rashawn is here. And we also got City Boy Jay, a.k.a. Jay Capri.
I like that. Yeah. I like that.
But shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for making it here. Better late than never. I appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? So how we usually start the podcast off is with words of wisdom. Do you guys have any words of wisdom for anybody that is watching or could be watching in the future? Give y'all time to think about that.
Well, a saying that I have come up with just going through life, especially in the last year, is I choose me. So choose yourself before you choose anybody else, because you can't be good for anybody else if you're not good to yourself. And if you're empty, you can't pour into anybody else or do anything for anybody else.
I like that. Self-love, self-worth. I like that.
Yeah.
Jay, it's your turn.
I ain't got nothing. Not at the moment.
That's crazy. No big deal though. I saw this post, I want to say this week, it said, in art, there are no mistakes. There are only lessons, and I think the same can be said for life. So like basically like not every L is a loss. It could be a lesson, things of that nature and whatnot. We also have, before we start the topics, we usually get into like a segment like marketing plugs. So if you guys want to market yourselves in any way, what you do, where they can find you, take the time to do that now.
Okay.
Well,
now he's got something.
I have a motivational quote.
Oh, let's go. Run it back. Let's go.
But I would say this is something I made up. I would say like you're the solution to all your problems. So learn from your mistakes. Learn from your lessons, and just do better moving forward.
I like that. See, you had it. You always had it.
I'll be writing something down. I just had to,
You just had to get motivated. You had to get inspired. I like that. What do you got for your marketing plug? Like, what would you tell them where they can find you, what you do, why they should follow you?
Well, I'm a salesperson. I'm a nobody. Not really too into the media. You can follow me on Jay Capri on Instagram, Twitch, YouTube. Show some love.
Fire.
So, yeah, I'm trying to get up there.
He's making his way.
Yep.
Sean?
I am the founder and CEO of Life in the Daylight Studios. I am a serial creative entrepreneur. I make candles. I do graphic art for apparel. I make fans. I have mine right here.
Can I see that? Hey!
This is the Juneteenth one. I couldn't find mine that has my face on it.
You got websites?
Yes. I have an Etsy shop.
Fire.
LITDScreations.etsy.com. I have my own YouTube channel, Life in the Daylight Studios. I do a vlog, cooking show, interview people about their testimonies and how they've overcome, and those who work in or are or were athletes and what they do outside of their respective sport. That's what I do.
I like it. How much are those fans going for?
They're $25 a piece.
Say no more. I definitely need at least one or two of those.
Okay, I got you.
I'll get two.
Very cool, very cool. All right, so before we get into the, we got mad topics to get into, but before we get into the topics, I want to touch on this real fast. Nina was supposed to be here, and I talked about it on her podcast, but I had this idea, like, obviously, I do murals and whatnot, or y'all both know I do murals and whatnot. I had good news and bad news before we get into the topics. The good news is we just put up the third mural in the third Kingston school this year. So Meyer, Kingston High School, and Miller Middle School all got murals this year, so that's dope. Super fire for them, and we got one more school to do to complete the year of murals in schools. For the first time doing murals in schools. The bad news is when I was talking to Nina on her podcast, was I had the idea to make a mural, like the mural I did on Franklin and Furnace with the four boys and whatnot, my brother and whatnot. I want to redo that. Okay. I want to redo it because it was my first mural I ever did, and I know I could do it better now, but I also want to add the people that the people that have lost their lives too soon, like Jarius, like different people from Kingston have lost their lives too soon and too young and whatnot. But however, I did not receive the funding for the mural project that me and Nina spoke about. Unfortunately, Kingston Common Future denied me of that funding and whatnot. And like I had this written down because I thought Nina was going to be here. And this is not a jab to Kingston Common Futures, but their slogan is Kingston Common Futures is offering grants directly to the Kingston community for the Kingston community and decided by the Kingston community. Quote unquote, we facilitate and manage the distribution of seed funding to projects and community initiatives that build or steward the common good in Kingston and whatnot. So I don't know if it didn't fall into that category or they were looking to jumpstart new businesses or whatever the case may be is, but it got denied. So again, right before we get into the topics, I want to issue a PSA for the city of Kingston and whatnot. I was denied this funding to bring a mural to Kingston to the on the street of Franklin and Furnace and whatnot. I wanted to renew that mural with the four boys and my brother. That was my first mural and whatnot. So I know that I can do it better, and not only I can do it better, make them look more detailed and whatnot, but I want to also add people like Jarius. There was a small girl that lost her life a couple years back in a shooting and whatnot. There's Dom, who's Khalif and Princess's brother. I believe his name is Dom Green. There's two boys that were baseball players that would have graduated this year. I don't know their names because I'm not from that class and whatnot, but there's different people of the youth that have passed away that I want to not only renew the mural to make it better, but I also want to add people like Jarius and all the other different lives that are gone too soon. So this is a PSA. I was denied the funding, so I'm looking for someone to help me find funding to make this mural possible. I think obviously super amounts of people from Kingston would benefit and appreciate, and it would touch such a almost probably everybody from Kingston and whatnot. So I just want to make that possible. So PSA, if you could help me do that, I would greatly appreciate that. So I'm just saying that because that'll be a clip once this is all said and done and whatnot. So thank y'all for bearing with me.
Copy.
All right, let's get into the Superman woke backlash.
Superman woke backlash.
So now Rashawn studied up. So clearly you guys okay, because like I told Rashawn, that's why I bring the clips to the podcast. If you don't know, you're about to know in a second. So basically, I'm gonna show you the clip, and we're gonna talk about it after. This is the first clip.
Is Superman super woke? James Gunn, the director of the latest reboot movie, said,
Hold that over so she can see.
Superman is the story of America, an immigrant that came from other places and populated the country. But for me, it is mostly a story that says basic human kindness is a value and is something we have lost.
Well, for one thing, it's a terrible analogy. I mean, with Superman, they are sending your best. You know, that's not escalator material. They do.
He's got a woke shield.
He's got a woke shield.
The woke vote.
I got to look at the script, and he's from Uganda.
Oh my gosh.
And there's a love scene with Batman and Robin.
Wow.
For real.
I went to the Yankees at Mets game yesterday at Citi Field. Go Yanks. And you should see the people sitting for the national anthem for God Bless America. It's really just, I can't believe that we've come down to that. And I don't know. We don't go to the movie theater to be lectured to and to have somebody throw their ideology onto us. I wonder if it'll be successful.
You know what it says on his cape? MS-13.
Exactly.
Wow.
Is it superimposed or it actually says that?
It is super.
Is Superman super woke?
think that
James
was it.
Gunn, the director.
Did they go watch the movie? Were they
It
invited?
didn't sound like
seen
it.
that.
It didn't sound like that.
Were they invited to the premiere because it literally just started? It came out Friday.
Right.
So did they go? Were they invited to go see the movie before they make these
Maybe
comments?
they might have. They might have.
I ain't seen the
But
movie yet.
still.
It sounds like they saw enough to have their opinions. Right? I mean,
I can't wait to see that movie.
What are our thoughts?
Want to go first?
Well, I saw the piece about Dean, who played Dean. What's his name? Last name Dean Clark.
The main character?
No, he played Superman back in the day.
Nah, I don't know.
I think his name was. I know his first name is Dean.
Okay.
And he made the same complaints that it was woke Superman and whatnot, and that they shouldn't change what the character was. It comes to Superman, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not a comic person.
Yeah.
But if someone is coming to save the world, why shouldn't it be related to what is going on, not just in our country, but in the world, and have that person as the superhero combat that? Like, why is that a problem?
Right. So the thing that I don't know if y'all peep, because I didn't peep at first when he said the Uganda joint, like that was a joke. Like he's clearly joking or whatever. So like
I thought that was for real.
And why you got to come back African country?
Yeah, that's nuts.
And like, obviously the Robin and Batman shit, what he was saying was they were kissing or whatever was a joke too. Just like he's joking on inclusivity, which is kind of like it's in poor taste for him, obviously.
Oh,
But as far as Superman is considered, Superman is literally from another planet, and like he's not only is he from another planet, which makes him an immigrant, obviously, or an illegal alien or whatever. He's never gonna be like, oh, you gotta show me your papers for me to save you or some shit like that. So it really doesn't make sense. I'm not surprised, but I am low key surprised because like you had to like low key be creative to come up with this angle to be like, there's a problem with Superman being Superman.
Yeah, and I was talking to somebody today about coming on the show and talking about the topics that we were talking about. Like, if you are watching something, you're looking for something to counteract or to find something wrong with it. Like, for Dean to say that, you were looking for that. Like, why were you looking at the movie that hard? Because he was probably invited to the premiere because he was Superman at one time.
You know what's funny? I don't know what he said that you're referring to, but I saw like all the Supermans like posted together, and it was like, "Thank you for being the best Superman" or whatever. You ever seen it? Like it's like a meme, and like with the person I think you're talking about, that was like not you.
Yeah, and that's probably why. I just saw one of the a clip right before I got here, or a post. And people were bagging on him for not being a good Superman. So, are you mad because of that?
So what's funny is that probably is what started it, but that's also weird because if you were Superman, then you should know that that's the job. Like that's like the whole point of being Superman.
Yeah, you're saving the world, and the world needs saving
right
now.
Right now, it's the world we live in.
That's kind of stupid. Like the fact that they talking about him being an immigrant is crazy.
Let me there was
this country is made up of immigrants. Nobody is native to this land except for Native Americans. Like,
be honest,
your ancestors are from another country. Like, come on.
To be honest,
so if you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for your ancestors.
That's a fact. I got one more clip for y'all on this topic.
You're uncomfortable by the acts of kindness because you're fucking evil. The movie isn't woke, you're just fucking evil. Niggas coming back from Superman like, it's super woke, and they're trying to push a political message. And the political message is kindness. Be kind to others, regardless of who they are. The idea that's making people call this movie woke is Clark saying, think I'm gonna sit by and let niggas die? No. It's forcing anti-MAGA ideologies. It's forcing anti-Israeli ideologies. No. Superman is just a good person and you're not. A fictional movie about the power of good. And you're complaining that the good guy might not like you in real life. Okay, Okay, who's gonna tell him? Maybe instead of jumping on camera to unmask yourself as being a horrible fucking person. And I know everybody can't do it, but let's sit here and use our noggin. It's political. It's super woke. It's Superman, who's canonically one sneeze away from destroying the entire Earth, but chooses not to because he really likes us, he really fucks with us, and he's a really good guy and just wants to help people. And that's offensive to you? Alright. Read the room. You're uncomfortable by the act of kindness because...
Agreed?
I mean, that's
definitely.
all Superman is supposed to be doing. Saving. That's what superheroes do.
Superhero, like
They save those around them.
not only that, they save the world. Like,
Yeah.
I know they're not gonna say this about Captain America as well. It's like if he was a Mexican, they're gonna be upset about it? Like, come on.
Yeah. It's tough. It's
Yeah,
tough.
people were talking.
It reminds me of when they casted Halle Bailey as Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
So like that, I can see like I can't. It's not justified. It's not right.
Yeah.
But I think that like I don't understand the Superman more than I can. I'm not surprised by the Halle Bailey, if that makes sense.
I want to say something about that.
But I also haven't seen the Superman movie.
Well-
I want to see it because I hear nothing but good stuff about it outside of this. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, well, I get that. I understand that point of view, but she could sing. So I think it's like a musical movie, like a kid's movie. So
Right.
she can sing, and I feel like she was perfect for the role.
Right.
But I understand where he was coming from. But to be honest, I don't think it really matters.
Right. It's also she's also a mermaid. So like mermaids
Yeah.
are
And it was
like
a cartoon.
fictional characters. So it's like
It's a cartoon.
that's why when the arguments start to happen, it's mad funny because you're mad about a mermaid, like not like you might as well be mad about a unicorn
And
or whatever.
who's having the arguments? Adults.
Right.
The kids are enjoying
It be killing me. Like, it be grown people.
Yeah, it's tough.
We are the grown-ups, grown people. Adults are the people that make it a problem for stuff that doesn't need to be a problem.
It's sad. And how they bashing Superman? He's a superhero.
So now would we consider this racism? The tough questions.
About with Superman?
Right. Or with Halle Bailey.
Yes.
Yeah.
With Halle Berry, yes.
Yes, absolutely. And then
With Superman, I won't call it racism. It's just that
Well, what'd you call
people want to. America is supposed to be a white man's country, and
Low-key racist.
I can't find words. And people, if you're not saving the white man, and if you're trying to save or do anything else for anybody else, it's a problem. I guess.
Okay.
So it's not racism, but it's white privilege. That's
Yeah.
what it sounds like.
Yes, but even though the guy playing Superman is white,
Yeah.
is of European descent, some of these stuff that people have
I gotta see
a
this
problem
movie.
with, but we don't have a problem with. We'll get I guess
gotta
that's a
see
paper for later on.
I gotta see this movie.
These same people that have a problem with the Superman and him being woke, you don't have a problem with the person that's in the White House right now.
Ooh, controversial. That's
Superman's
funny.
supposed to save people. It's trying to save people, but this
Right.
person is not just tearing this country apart, but
Yeah.
the world apart.
Right.
And telling people and asking people, like I don't know if y'all saw him. He was in Liberia or in Africa somewhere, and a whole bunch of African dignitaries were there. And
Who was?
Trump.
Okay.
And
Oh yeah, I know you about to say. Go ahead.
and the president from Liberia was there.
Right.
And he was talking, and Trump was like, "Oh, you speak very good English. Where were you educated?"
That's tough. That's tough.
This is where they wanted to be president.
Yeah, that's tough. But there's
something wrong with Superman. Okay.
You know what's funny? I'm surprised that I haven't heard nothing. He hasn't said anything about it because he's like the first one when it's some type of shit like this or whatever. Like he's talking about deporting Rosie O'Donnell or whatever.
I see.
And she's already deported herself. She lives in Ireland. I saw.
Does she?
Yes.
Oh, that's
she does
funny.
not want to be in this country while he's president.
That's funny.
I don't think nobody wants to be here while he's president.
I mean, but then it's a slippery slope when it comes to him and that whole, because then you run into the whole well then go be somewhere else or go back to your country type shit. So it's like
I forget that we have a president until I see the news and he's on there. I'm like, oh yeah, we have a president. I literally, because he has taken up all the airways, I forget we have a vice president because you don't hear anything from him because
that's a fact.
Because Trump takes up all the airways and always saying something out his mouth.
Do you feel like you heard from Kamala when Joe Biden was president?
I don't think we heard from her, but they made it known that she was there, I believe, because of who she was, because of her gender and her nationality.
Well, let's get this question out the way before we go to the next topic. Did we all vote in the room?
Definitely.
You voted?
Yeah.
Or was it racism or?
Did you vote? Did you vote for the president?
Yes, I did.
I was going to say, damn.
I voted this year.
You voted for the president?
I voted
For
this
who?
year.
The one we have.
Yeah. No. Did you vote for? Did you vote?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I just didn't want to say who.
Okay. Cool.
Yes, I voted. I vote every time ever since I was able to vote. I voted.
Gotcha. Okay. Because that's so rare for the people that I've had on the podcast. Like, I feel like maybe out of like 20 people, maybe 3 or 4 or 5 voted or whatever. So it's
the
like
problem.
That's the problem.
You can't have nothing to say if you don't go make your voice heard.
And then when I try to tell people vote or whatever, so it's like
me and my guys
it's
were
crazy.
like, your vote matters. Like, you can make a difference. Like,
Facts.
just vote.
Right.
When
And now look who's president.
When Bush was his first term, I was 2-3 weeks out of turning 18, and even I felt like my one little vote would have changed Al Gore winning versus over Bush. So your vote does matter.
Even if you don't, your vote is just one vote. If you don't vote, you fall into the category of people that didn't vote, which is like thousands or millions of people or whatever.
And
so
giving
it's like
giving more to the one you don't want to win to be in there.
Exactly.
Like,
Not even trying to cut you guys off.
No, do you think?
If you go on Google while that election was going on and you see that little bracket of like going back and forth, you can see the amount of people that was not voting compared to people that voted.
Facts.
And there was more people that didn't vote.
See, look at you. You wasn't excited about politics. Look at you.
I have knowledge in it because like sometimes people talk to me. I'm like, listen, if you don't like the country, leave. Like, especially with military guys, they would tell me, oh, if you don't like the country, you just leave.
Crazy.
Just get out the country, go to Thailand, go somewhere, and trust and believe. Like,
It's not that easy. But
it's not the funds, and on top of that, people like at least a good million people didn't vote for Kamala or Trump, and they said it doesn't matter. One of my guys didn't vote, and we was pissed. It was like, yo.
But that's a dope circle you got then, because most circles that I know around here didn't vote at all. So the fact that you was on your man's, that's fire for you.
Yeah, I'm not big on politics, but I do have my knowledge on it.
Right. Yeah, you don't want to be the biggest. You don't gotta be a politician or whatnot, but at least you know enough to make a good decision type shit.
Definitely.
And most people don't. Most people think, yo, I swear, especially and unfortunately, it's in the black community that I've talked to like in person and whatnot. Most people are for Trump, like saying that he's doing good for he's gonna do good for our economy.
MAGA hats.
Yeah, it's nasty. Oh my god. You know Quasi. You know of Quasi. How do you not know Quasi by the name like that? It's fine. He had culture.
okay.
The restaurant culture, you know.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yo, I love their smoothies and all that. Like, I've been over there like at least 3 times.
It's not there no more.
Yeah.
It's not there no more.
Nah, it's closed for like a couple years now.
Wow.
But
That's
I
how
did
true it
an order
is.
from there. Yeah.
Huh?
I did an order from there, so that's how I mean, you couldn't miss the big yellow letters, so I knew it was there.
Yeah,
but
I
I only
did that,
been.
but it's fine.
Yeah.
But Quasi, funny enough, Quasi was always bigging up Trump. He was always saying that Trump is for the economy and everyone who doesn't vote for Trump or doesn't rock with Trump are the sheep or whatever. They don't see the bigger picture. Da 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 da. And it got to the point where, like, unfortunately now he's not here no more because it was just getting too heated or whatever. And it was like, and honestly, you show your true colors because then it's like, I gotta call you like a coon. I gotta call you. It gotta go left. It has to go left at some point. Like, you know what I mean? Yo, Jay, I'm so proud of you because, like, you know. Yeah, that's tough.
Like, it's funny thing is, like, I would go on like little daily walks, and I live in a dead end, and I'll go around the block, and I'll see a big Trump post, and I'm like, oh my god. And I was like, I'll go up to him, I was like, he's like, yo, why you had this up? He's like, oh, Trump is a good president. I was like, oh yeah.
You'd be like,
well, listen, I don't question nobody's opinion. Right. I'll be like, cool. And I walk off, like I push off.
When I do Instacart as well, and there's this one house between going from Saugerties to Kingston. They always had this big sign or big flag with Trump's name on it, and Trump needs to go back in office, yada yada yada. And I think a couple of months. I drove past, just like, where's their sign? Where's their flag? Oh, you got some sense now.
See, and that's what we talk. That's another one of the topics. So we gotta keep it going. But yo, since you be on Twitch, you be doing the podcast thing and whatnot, I encourage you to, if they still got their sign up or whatever, like, if you film it, have your mans film it or whatever. Do a quick little interview. Not even an interview, maybe an interview, like a street interview or whatever. Ask them why they support Trump, why they rock with Trump, and just have, because those are the shits that go viral. Oh my god! Because like if they say he's good for the economy, be like, how the economy's doing terrible, or if he's good for the people, like how he's deporting millions of people, or he's jailing people. There's mad different things like how, like, oh, are you, because honestly he's been convicted for being a rapist and whatnot, so it's like there's mad angles as well as, like, if that's what people there. There's a guy, it's not the guy you were talking about, there's another guy named Dean. I used him in the last podcast where I, like, referred to him as his breakdown or whatever of the big beautiful bill or whatever. But his whole identity on social media, and he's got like millions of followers now, is debating, quote unquote, debating with Trump supporters, and it's like it's like easy as hell because they don't got nothing to say for real, or he's just mad political and mad like read when it comes to that, where it's like taking candy from a baby type shit. So it's like if you did a little public interview or street interview or whatever with a Trump supporter or whatever, I know it will go crazy, especially if you got them like beat like logically or whatever. I wish I would have did that with there was the No Kings Day or whatever. I didn't know how big it was gonna be. I saw it here. It was mad big here. I was like, damn, I wish I would have brought a camera and a mic or whatever. That would have been too funny. I'll be like, did you vote for Trump? And then that's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. Because then you gotta tell me, okay, you voted for Trump, but you're at No Kings Day. What happened?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. All right, what's the next topic? Because we got
two talking about politics,
but that's the fun in this. That's the fun in the podcasting. So I'm not mad at it. So the next topic is 17-year-old Sarah Grace true crime. Are y'all familiar with this? Well, actually, with this one, I didn't give the name, so you couldn't have been studied up on this one.
I tried looking it up, and I was like,
That's fine.
I found it.
Okay. I'm about to give you the clip in like 2 seconds because why is it acting crazy?
You got to drop on every clip. Huh?
Yeah, that's it. Yo, man. Gotta be prepared. We gonna show you what happened with her. Right.
I didn't even know Jay-Z and Nicki had beef going on. That's new. That's news to me.
That's news to everybody. But we can get to that in a minute. Let's see that.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah. Yep.
Breaking news,
found
a
it.
17-year-old has taken the life of both of her parents and allowed her 5-year-old sister to discover them deceased.
I didn't know that part.
February 20th, authorities say
that's
they were
the news.
the home where they
that's
found
the whole thing.
Deceased in their bed. They said the parents' 17-year-old daughter is the one who placed the 911 call. However, their 6-year-old daughter is the one who discovered them. There are conflicting reports on whether the child was 5 or 6 years old. Authorities said, quote, from the very moment the 911 call was received, a relentless investigation began. During the initial investigation, authorities realized that there were no signs of forced entry into the home, although one door of the house was left slightly ajar. In addition to that, nothing had been taken.
They said, quote, our team has sifted through mountains of physical and digital evidence and collaborated with the FBI and GBI crime lab. They said another key piece of evidence that they used in order to charge the teen was her, quote, tearful speech at her mother's funeral. They said they believe this was a ploy to help cover her tracks. They said it took so long to charge the teen because investigators wanted to ensure that they got the right person. Before the 17-year-old daughter was arrested, many who knew the couple pleaded for whoever committed the crime to turn themselves in. No one knew that it was their 17-year-old daughter. Sarah Grace Patrick turned herself into the Carroll County Jail on Tuesday. They stated that she will also be charged as an adult. The couple is survived by their 7 children who they had together in a combined family. If convicted, she faces life in prison without the possibility of parole. Investigators say at this time they are still working to figure out a motive for the crime. To stay up to date on this, are you fucking serious?
I'm gonna say one thing.
Talk about it.
And I'm gonna I'm glad I'm here. So whoever's watching, I hope they listen. If you 20 and below and you out here shooting, killing, doing all types of illegal things, and you think going to school is not cool, take your ass to school, get an education, stay off the streets. There's a lot of ways to make money besides doing things illegal. Come on, if you 17 and you killing your parents, first and foremost, they ain't doing enough. That's belt to ass age still. Cause when I was 17, I was still getting ass whoopings to make sure I was acting right. But to all the young dudes, I'm not gonna say YNs. I'm gonna say young dudes. I'm gonna say all the young dudes. Get right, lock in. You don't need to be doing all that foolishness. Come on, Don't matter if you white, black, Mexican, just get right. Don't get help.
Right. Not mad at that.
Come on. I hate seeing, and she's getting life in prison. I hate seeing stuff like that. It's just, especially when I was in there seeing kids younger than me being in there. It's sad. It's yo, when you leave, get it together.
You gotta turn around.
You gotta. Oh man, topics like these be making me sad sometimes. It's now her life is ruined. You're gonna be in jail.
Answer it.
Hello.
Jelani, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Are you gonna kill me?
No, I'm not gonna kill you because I don't want to go to jail.
Oh my God, Jelani, I just woke up. I'm so sorry. I set an alarm and I didn't hear it. I'm so.
Yeah.
Tell me what to do.
It's fine. I called you a couple times, so I guess that didn't wake you up either.
I didn't even hear it. I'm so sorry.
Huh?
How can we fix this? I'm so sorry.
It's not the end of the world. Oh
my God! No, you advertising. I'm so sorry. I don't do things like that.
Right. It's not. It happens. I get it. It's all good. We could do another day. I'm in the middle of shooting it now, so it's
okay. I'm sorry. I'll get off. You just tell me when I'll be there. I promise. I'm so sorry.
Okay. No worries.
Wow. I'm sorry.
It's all right. Don't beat yourself up. Love you.
I am. I'm sorry.
All right.
I love you. I don't do things like this.
It's okay. It's okay.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Bye.
Later. Anyway, what's it called? We was talking about the true crime.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts?
So my thoughts are, first of all, where did she get access to a gun?
Was it a gun?
Was it? Yeah, they said she shot them.
Okay, I didn't peep.
Why? How did she get access to a gun?
Probably the dad's.
If it was in the house, why wasn't it locked up? Or how did she? If it was locked up, how did she know the code to it? And why, as a child, why did she know the code?
If it was locked up.
Yeah.
The dad gave it to her, most likely.
Yeah. Second of all, why did she have to go to that extreme? What was so terrible with them and her living with them that she had to make that drastic choice?
This is where it gets fun. Because what's it called? It's obviously a tragedy. Obviously, it's obviously bad for her and obviously
her
parents, her sisters, everyone involved. But it's fun is the wrong word. But it's interesting to get your mind to someone that
I'm
has done exactly. You know what I mean? I don't know about you, but I don't watch a lot of true crime, but I watch a lot of.
I watch Dateline a lot. And,
right. I feel like women love true crime. I swear to God, it's like it's.
I like SVU. I like.
Yeah.
So you gotta be informed. You gotta be prepared for the worst and whatnot. Yeah. But you also are getting into that psychology and the psychological brain of someone who is capable of these things and whatnot. Yeah. So this doesn't. What my first question would be: is this because of the child was being harmed?
Yeah.
And normally that would be the case.
That was my thought too. Because why?
But then.
But why the mother got it? Like the father had it.
Because sometimes she probably knows what she's doing.
That's what I don't know if you saw the Mendez brothers.
Because it was her mother, but her stepfather.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that could have been the situation for real. Yeah. However, you got this. Oh, yeah, we're good.
You do not know me. My name is Sarah, and I am Kristen Brock's daughter and James Brock's stepdaughter. I just wanted to say goodbye to my mom and Jamie since we never got the chance to.
That's before she got locked up. Before she confessed.
To the point that I never once thought to imagine y'all not being here. I didn't have a single clue how much I needed y'all until now. For James, thank you for all the life lessons you taught me and for being the best bonus dad ever. Your heart will find you good in heaven.
That's crazy!
I was not supposed to end there. And for my mother, everything we went through does not define what kind of person or what kind of mother you were. You were a beautiful, kind soul with so much gratitude and so gosh dang strong. I want to remember them for who they were and not what happened to them, and be happy for the time we got to spend together and not sad about the time that we don't. I may always and will always be her sunshine, but she will always be my star from up above. And I know at nighttime I can go and look at Mama and Jamie in the sky, and gladly they will see me a seat in heaven like they say for me. I'm sorry.
Like I said,
that was beautiful.
So with her saying that, I know we didn't always have the best relationship with her and her mother. Maybe it was something between her and her mother. I don't know.
It had to be something petty. It had to be something extremely petty.
Okay. And usually, that's very rare. Watching these shows, watching the Dateline in 2020, it's very rare that you find that females commit these kind of crimes. So it has to be something very drastic that helped. And for her to be acting like that, she could be acting.
No, she was. She came. This is before she got caught.
Yeah.
Or came forward.
Or
she was trying to cover it up.
She's trying to cover it up. Or she could have been regretted that she did it after she did it.
But still was not coming forward?
Yeah.
So
she don't want to get in trouble. I mean, she's 17. Right. Her mind hasn't fully developed.
That's a fact.
So she hasn't thought her decision all the way through at 17.
She was on some Dexter timing though. She was moving like that. They might come out in a couple years with a Netflix.
Sociopath. She might be.
A sociopath.
She could be.
Definitely.
Because she could be putting on for everybody to feel bad for her, or like I said,
wickedness.
Like some people that do it, that take their own life. Sometimes, if they're not successful with it, they regret doing it, and now they have to live with the consequence. Some people harm themselves and still live with it, with the consequences of them trying to.
Sociopathy, I guess, is a mental health condition in which a person consistently shows no regard for right and wrong and ignores the rights and feelings of others.
Well, she didn't really ignore the emotions.
I think it was a very vague description. WebMD says, hold on, let's get into WebMD.
Let's see.
Because she knew what she had to do at the funeral to put on.
Sociopath is an outdated, informal term for someone who has antisocial personality disorder. This disorder can cause you to lack empathy, which means you don't care about or understand other people's feelings. You might not feel remorse for bad things you do, and you might often take advantage of others for your own personal gain.
But I feel like she was aware that she eventually had to put on. Even though she did it at the funeral, she knew that she had to put on that she was sad about what she did. So,
but I feel like even that is because you're putting on means it's fake. So it's like you intentionally did some put on a fake performance.
But she knew she had to do
to
that.
cover up a murder.
That's what I think.
But she knew she had to do that because if she felt like she didn't have to do it, she didn't have to cry or fake cry.
Right, but that's not real remorse if it's fake.
It's crocodile tears.
Right. Yeah. But nobody else knows that because it's a real. No one knows that she did it. Yeah. It's one thing if she said all that after she got caught.
Yeah.
And she probably does, but. All right. Anyway, do we think that she should be tried as an adult?
It depends on their state laws. If their state
in
laws,
Georgia?
Yeah. If their state laws is 17, then yes. Again, she's 17. Hasn't thought her mind isn't fully developed. She could change when her mind is fully developed.
But your mind isn't fully developed until what? 25?
Yeah, she could change her ways and her thoughts and have remorse. And maybe get a chance to live a normal life outside of bars and outside of the four walls of
I believe that too
of a prison. But again, it's according to their state laws and how a jury finds her and what a judge decides to give her as her sentence. I mean, we don't live in Georgia. If we lived in Georgia and were a part of that jury, we would have that decision. But I guess it would be the decision of her peers.
To Rashawn, from a moral standpoint, do you think she should be tried as an adult, and do you think that she should get life in prison? What would Rashawn give her?
I would give her. I would do life.
Oh shit.
Possibility of parole.
Okay.
With the possibility of parole, and then she would have to go before parole board to state her case and why she should be free. And every so often they get that chance, so she wouldn't necessarily spend life. So
I feel that.
I'm gonna add on to that. Well, I'm gonna add on to this what she just said. Like I'd say she should get parole because she's young.
Yeah.
And her mind is not fully developed yet.
Facts.
So if she goes into that crowd and she's introduced to all that, trust me, I can tell by experience that's not okay.
Should we go on the woman's version?
Yeah, I'm definitely, but the experience not okay. And knowing how she was, going out there, she'll be better. Like she can get the help. Be on parole. They can check on her, and everything should be situated.
While she's locked up, she should go to classes and receive therapy because they have. I would think they have those resources while they're locked up, and you would have to have a therapist vouch for her too. That I believe that she is rehabilitated and state that case when she goes to the parole board.
You gotta send me a YouTube channel.
I got you.
So that's. I mean, yeah, maybe life is too much, but that's why I said life with parole.
Nah, it's really not. She kills her dad.
Yeah. Life for life.
Yeah, what's it called? I think that might be a touch of this. You know what I mean? I don't know what. And low key is refreshing because most times when white people commit heinous crimes, they get a slap on the wrist and whatnot.
I didn't want to say. One of you guys to say it, talking like,
because I'm pretty sure if she was black, it'd be no question. Pretty sure
life,
but
no parole.
But also, that's really not that's definitely not a common thing.
That's what I was getting ready to say. You don't hear that stuff happening in our community.
And if it does, it's stupid rare.
Yeah,
we get whoopings.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
We get whoopings.
Maybe. And like they say, y'all kill each other. Maybe with the younger crowd, but for a child to kill a black child to kill their black parents, that's very rare.
Super.
Now, when I clip this, we might get ate up in the comments for that comment, but it's fine. It happens.
I'm prepared for it.
Yeah. All right, so we getting through these topics. The next one is Nicki Minaj versus Jay-Z and Megan Thee Stallion.
I studied this one.
So the what's it called? So the first, when it comes to Jay-Z, is possibility of money being owed.
200 mil.
Yep, 200 mil.
That's a lot.
And I don't know exactly how that could be possible because I think I heard people talking about it though. Like, I don't know how it could be possible because honestly, Nicki Minaj wasn't signed to Jay-Z, so I don't know how.
I read when I was doing my homework that she was signed to Roc Nation.
Nicki Minaj? Mm-hmm. Oh, let's look this up real quick because I never heard that. But I'm not saying she wasn't.
That she was signed to Roc Nation and that she was mad that he got this new CEO and that she's not a black woman. Why didn't he hire a black woman as his CEO of Roc Nation?
Well, now how do you feel about that? Google says no. Nicki Minaj was not signed to Roc Nation. No, she was signed to Young Money Entertainment, a record label founded by Lil Wayne. While she had a management partnership with Roc Nation at one point, it was not a recording artist signed. But so that must be what you're talking about. I didn't even know that she had a partnership with Roc Nation. So that's what it has to be. Still 200 mil. There was something I saw that was like she was in the hole. Nicki was in the hole, and then she got out of the hole from her touring or whatever.
So the article that I read mine at was Rolling Stone. It was from a couple of, I don't know, but that's what I read in Rolling Stone about her.
Whether she was signed to Roc Nation or she had a partnership with Roc Nation, she had business with Roc Nation, so that's where it derives from. Why is she going at Jay-Z instead of Roc? That's a good question. Why are you going at Jay-Z instead of Roc Nation?
Because she want her money.
Well, Roc Nation. If you're beefing with Roc Nation, why are you coming to Jay-Z about it? Because even though Jay-Z is the founder of Roc Nation, they're still separate entities. You know what I mean?
So is that from what I read is her beef now with this? I think her name is Desiree Perez. That's the CEO of Roc Nation now.
Okay.
So that's what I read, and she was calling her Deseret.
I didn't dive into.
She doesn't hold back. She does not hold back when it comes to this.
And is it because if she's coming out with all of this? Yes, she may be owed money, but what have we heard from her recently? Is she just trying to put her name back out there to be relevant?
That's another point, and the bars might get you for that. But that's a good point though. I don't know exactly the last Nicki hit I've heard, but that's just my opinion. You know what I mean? Yeah. What do you think, Jay?
I think the last song she made was them diss tracks with Megan.
With Megan,
yeah. Because I googled it and AI, and I'm over here clicking the drop buttons. I'm like, 2024. That's what the beef was. I thought it was 2023. But me, I seen that. I think it's something called Tidal. Jay-Z Tidal. Yeah. Jay-Z or her 200 million. I didn't really dive deep into it, but
yeah. Nicki says we've calculated about 100 to 200 million so far. Jay-Z called me to settle this karmic debt. It's only collecting more interest. You still in my top 5 though. Let's get it. And anyone still calling him Hove will answer to God for the blasphemy. Like she is something.
She just want to be relevant.
And her not getting her money is holding her back from helping out her barbs, sending them to school and different things, helping them, I think, buy houses or getting a place to live or something like that.
Right, it was sending them to college, pay their school fees and student loans and whatnot. Yeah. But I don't know, from my perspective,
just make more music.
Correct me if I'm wrong. But it sounds like how Drake kind of can manipulate the masses with statements like that. Like, that pushes the barbs to be behind her because she's quote unquote trying to get her money to put barbs through college and schools and whatnot. And like from my point of view, I feel like that's not why you want $200 million.
But if you're yes, you're owed money, but if you're waiting on that money to help your barbs out, what are you doing with the finances and the money you already have? That means you're not managing your money that you already have well, where you can continue to, whether somebody owes you money or not.
That's a good point. You
got me there.
I'm glad we got an unbiased woman here right now. I like that.
Yes, definitely.
All right, so I think that's enough on her and Jay-Z because it was really, the only thing else that she said, she came at how Jay-Z is trending because the judge has granted Ray Meir request to move forward with his case and the judge has demanded Jay-Z to respond to Rhaenyra paternity lawsuit by July 18th. It is the 13th, so he got 5 days. And then Nicki Minaj said, "Is this why he was trending the other day? I don't know. To God be the glory." So it's like, Nicki's just being messy.
I read that he's denying it, and he's waiting to hear. I don't know. He's waiting to hear.
I haven't heard much about that. It was. I feel like I heard more when Tony Busby and him were going at it and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I think he's doing his publicist or whatever is doing good.
He wants to like get this over and done with. He's not the father, and he's trying to put it through the courts and waiting to hear back. That's the last thing I read last night.
Yeah, so Nicki inserting herself into it is...
That's between him and his alleged son.
Exactly.
Oh, God.
And the court system.
Yeah.
Well, we got Nicki versus Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh, gosh, this again.
So, the judge has denied Rock Nation and Megan Thee Stallion's motion to dismiss a lawsuit where her homosexual cameraman claims the twerker, aka Megan Thee Stallion, forced him to watch her have a freak-off car sex with a woman inside a moving car while on tour in Ibiza, Spain in 2022.
What?
So basically, the lawsuit is going forward that the cameraman it has against Megan Thee Stallion and Rock Nation. Nicki Minaj came out of nowhere. She said, "What was the name of that law again? Karma's law. Touch not my anointed law." Just so many different things. We give God the glory, and He's only just begun. Have a blessed day if you can. LOL, the blog's posting lies. Thank you. More money from me. We're working. Trust. Anyway, she's basically this, and then there's this gif where she's laughing about, "Oh no, what was the law again?" Blah blah. So she's saying, and that's in reference to when they had the beef. I think it was Megan's law that was. Megan put that in a bar, but Megan's law, if I'm not mistaken, is about sex offenders. And her husband is a registered sex offender.
Nicki's, yeah.
So that's like, Nicki's. So it's like, it's mad dumb, in my opinion, that Nicki is on Twitter laughing about like that law, and because Megan Thee Stallion is in legal trouble. But it's, like, you're still negating the fact, or like missing the fact that law is applied to your husband.
I think she's in denial of it. Like, she just wants to be delusional with it. Like,
okay.
I see it, and I'm just.
And you from Brooklyn, right? So is that Brooklyn Queens rivalry type vibe? Y'all got beef?
Who, Nicki? Nah.
Okay.
I was a fan of Nicki back then, until I realized that, her body was fake, and I was like, never mind.
Okay.
No disrespect to Nicki, but
that's a little disrespect.
But when I found out that her husband was a registered sex offender, it just made me lose hella respect for her. It's like you just allowed that, and you just laughing and just.
Yeah, you Nicki Minaj. That's why I don't get it, but that's none of my business. You Nicki Minaj, top of like one of the top women in the world. You can be with anybody, and you choose to be with him, and that's like it's like what's wrong? What's wrong here? What's wrong with that picture? Rashawn, maybe you're a woman. Maybe you could help us out. Help us understand.
People love who they love.
Okay, love wins.
People love who they love.
You're not judging?
No.
Okay.
Because I wouldn't want anybody to judge who I may want to be with, and.
Would you be with a sex offender?
No.
Okay.
You a what?
What?
You a what?
I like the door. Exactly.
If she didn't know before, and she's in this battle, and he divulged that information after.
Right.
She felt like, well, I already love you. I love you for better or for worse. That's in the vows.
Yeah.
So that's better.
That's hard not to know though. Like that's like, you know what I mean. You got.
But not even what man, what person wants to tell? Oh, by the way, I'm a sex offender. Who says that on the
Do you
date?
know what? First of all, that's like if that sounds like some Netflix shit. Like
to say that.
You have to. Not that you. I don't know the protocol, but it's like to find that out after you married to somebody. First, that's grounds for a divorce, in my opinion.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that's just me though.
I feel like they should have let you know before that marriage.
But some people don't though.
That's
some people hide all
sick.
their mess People, like they say, they present their representative. He may have presented his representative, and then she fell in love with the representative and found out his true self.
Right, but she's still with him, though. So it's like that. Like everything you're saying makes sense.
Yeah.
Until you stay with the person.
But we don't know what's going on behind closed doors. We only what's out in the public.
That's what I was about to get into. Okay.
So she could have a problem with it behind closed doors, but in the public eyes, for her not to look stupid, she's gonna ride for her man.
You don't think that makes her look stupid?
Both ways, either way.
I feel like she looks less stupid at getting a divorce from a sex offender than staying with a sex offender.
But I would say that she may feel like that she was stupid to make the decision anyway, for her to that choice anyway.
That's a fact. That you are stupid. Not even necessarily you're less stupid because if you didn't know.
Yeah.
But if you're making a conscious, constant decision every day that you're with the man, and obviously you're gonna stay with him because you've been with him for years.
And it depends on what his status is, his financial status, and if they divorce, she could be trying to protect her stuff.
Okay, and they got a kid together too at this point.
Yep.
They didn't.
Because there's women out here that are the breadwinners that have to pay, like Mary J. Blige. She has to pay alimony, I believe, to her husband, her ex-husband. And they didn't have no kids together.
Yeah.
But because of who she is, she has to pay him.
He's a winner.
Yeah.
He's a winner. He got that W.
So she might not have to want to go through that and have to give up that money that she wants from Jay-Z and have to give it to her husband.
What's the P word? It's not paternity. What is it? Fuck. Not petition. What is it when you don't gotta pay?
Prenup.
She should have though.
Maybe she didn't.
Who would be Nicki Minaj? I'm Nicki Minaj. I'm gonna stop make the guy sign a prenup. That's crazy.
A lot of with the prenup, I feel like when you do that before marriage, you're thinking that you're gonna divorce.
Security.
Facts.
Yeah, that's true. But in people of status, yes, they should have it.
You can't be a millionaire and not get a prenup. Like, that just doesn't make no sense.
But some people, it's not too late to get a postnup.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, it's not too, but it's maybe harder for him to sign that. You done already married him.
Right, yeah.
And that might cause problems. And be like, oh, she's bringing this to me now because she don't want me to have, I can get half her money? Oh, then he might go file for divorce.
She need to pull a Sarah Grace. She need to pull that 17-year-old Georgia move. All right. So next
then she gonna go to jail. He worth going to jail for?
No, I think I heard that it was that she came forward about it. I don't think she got caught. I think I heard when we played that clip that she came forward. Like,
she turned herself in.
Exactly. All you gotta do is not turn yourself in. That was dumb on her part. What the hell? How you gonna do all that? Like but she said, like you said, she's 17.
Yeah.
But how you made that sad story?
Her guilt got to her. Eventually.
Oh yeah, that eats you alive.
Because that happened in February. It's now July. That's 5 months. How can you live with yourself knowing you like the people that killed people years and years and years ago? How can you live with yourself knowing that you killed somebody?
She was hungry. There was bills. She probably got evicted. She didn't want to live on the street.
If she didn't get placed with somebody else, but I'm pretty sure being a minor, they got placed with somebody else.
She probably had a job and they didn't want to work there no more.
That's a fact. All right, so
we're doing 3 hots in the cot now.
We're doing good on the topics. So now we're going from that topic to Megan Thee Stallion's soft launch with Klay Thompson.
I didn't even know they were a thing.
Splash Bro, it's new. It's new. They got they pick official, the Instagram official right here with it.
Okay, Klay.
I think they said he posted it too.
That's a fact. He's not just shooting threes. He's shooting Megan Thee Stallion. Now since 2020. Megan Thee Stallion has been with, as far as we know, G-Eazy, Tory Lanez, Partisan Fontaine, Romelu Lukaku.
Tory Lanez, man.
Free him. I got him somewhere on here. Right here. Free Tory Lanez. Romelu Lukaku. He's a soccer player. Torrey Craig, and now Klay Thompson.
She's been around.
The question I got for you, is she doing too much or is she doing just fine?
I mean, if a guy can do it, why can't a woman do it?
Woo! There it is!
it's looked at bad when a woman does it because lady's supposed to be reserved and humble and not being out there. But this is Megan Thee Stallion. She has a song called WAP. Like what would you expect?
What does that mean to you, Rashawn?
What would you expect from people who talk like that and her twerking? She's known for twerking. What would you expect for a person who...
I think she's known for her knees.
Well, that goes along with the twerking. We're just gonna keep it like that.
Anyway, but she's living her life. She's young, and hey, if Clay like it, then, and if all the men she's been with is okay with it, just like Lori Harvey, if all the men that she's been with is okay with it, then that's between them and when they're in the relationship together.
Right. So you don't feel like she's being passed around.
No, because if
you just said she was getting around. You just said that.
If she's in the relationships at the same time, then yeah, she's getting passed around. But if she's going from one, and that's the thing with our
society.
Not just our society. I would say maybe our society, but our peers, that when we're in a relationship, they go and that relationship ends, they go to the next one. Take some time. This is my preference and how I think people should do things.
I'm listening.
You're in a relationship, the relationship ends. Take some time to yourself, with yourself, learn to love yourself again, heal from whatever why it ended, and then go into the next relationship, because you're going to bring that old baggage to the next relationship, and it's going to build up and build up and build up, and you never learn to love yourself by yourself, with yourself.
But right now you're describing Megan Thee Stallion, because she's not learning she's not taking the time for herself.
I know.
She's not loving herself.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying that our peers should learn to do that, and they don't. A lot of people go from relationship to relationship, and that's not a good thing. I don't think it's a good thing.
I'm not gonna call you out. I'm not like coming at you, but you are low key contradicting yourself.
How?
Because you just got done saying that it's not a problem. She's not getting passed around.
I don't think she's getting passed around. She's been with a lot of people, but is that getting passed around?
She's a celebrity, like
literally. It's literally like if you have a basketball, like, if 5 people, 10 people on the court have a basketball and they pass the ball, they can't all have the ball.
You thinking about that little toy?
But the way I look at passed around is that she's with all these people at the same time. If she takes one relationship, okay, she's single for, and then goes to another, and then the single, then I don't think that's getting passed around.
Okay.
I think that's just going from, because if that's the case, everybody gets passed around.
Well, I wouldn't say passed around. I say get around, like she's getting around.
Okay.
When I said that, I meant like she's a celebrity. She's Megan, and like I don't know who said it, but she made a song called WAP. So
I said,
I don't know.
Like a regular brother, Tory Lanez, Klay Thompson, they're gonna want to indulge in that, WAP. So I'm just saying.
But you could make a song called WAP and not either get around or pass around. Like Nicki Minaj wasn't with like mad different people, and but she ended up with who she ended up with. So it's like she's a bad example. But she's an example. She's a good example for that, but not a good example overall. Like Beyonce. Beyonce has like more sexual songs, but she's a wife. She's been a wife for like over a decade or whatever.
It's Queen B.
Exactly, and no one says Queen Megan. So it's like.
Oh, yeah.
I
don't want to make it seem like she's a celebrity.
Her and people like Cardi B, they're this age's Foxy Brown and Lil' Kim. Okay. I would say. And Lil' Kim and Foxy Brown were looked at the same. I feel like the same way that Cardi B and Megan are looked at nowadays. They're very heavy, hypersexual women that rap, like those women back in the day.
So now, do you feel like they're diminishing their worth, or not?
I don't think they care, to be honest.
But that's not the question.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, they have to find worth in themselves first.
Okay.
So I don't know.
You said they have to find worth in
They
themselves?
have to know what they're worth or have worth for themselves.
But that means that they don't have it. Or they don't, like, you know what I mean?
Maybe they do.
Yeah.
Maybe they do, and that's just the way. And they're just hypersexual.
It's a strong debate right here.
Okay. No, we're not debating. We just having a nice
I
conversation.
don't know.
It's an interesting conversation because, like, you're right. This is society does tend to have this standard for women and not hold the same standard for men and whatnot. Yeah. But I'm under the from the perspective or the angle that whether it's women or men, you diminish your worth when you are getting passed around or get around, whether you're a man or a woman. Mm-hmm. Especially if it's in the public eye and whatnot.
Yeah, and then if she wasn't in the public eye, like, would we say would we use the same term for another woman or another man that is not in the public eye? He went from relationship to relationship, or not even to relationship, just had multiple partners before they actually get married. Because like I said, before you get married, if you're getting in a lot of relationships, according to, I guess, you guys' definition of being passed around, everybody gets passed around.
Basically.
You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but I disagree with what you're saying. Because
he's like, nah.
First of all, like, that's why it's like, and I'm not. What is it? I'm not an alpha male. So
what does passed around mean to Jelani?
Well, what we're talking about, like, so, like.
But what determines a person being passed around?
Like I said,
because we know she's in this relationship and then that relationship and then in that relationship.
Like I said, I think that it diminishes the worth of a male or female, a man or a woman, mm-hmm. whether you're with multiple partners, especially if it's like, again, if it's in the public eye, especially if it's relationships, and it's somewhat if it's just like sexual or whatever. But as far as men and women, this is the thing about men and women. They're like, I feel like men and women are equal, but they are different. So it's like there are things that women are better at than men, and there are things that men are better at than women and whatnot. As far as women are considered and men are considered, men are usually the dominant of the two, especially in relationships or relations or whatever, like sexual behaviors and whatnot. So when a woman can more so, as far as the term passed around, a woman is, because a man dominant is more likely to be dominant over the woman, a woman is logically more passed around than a man.
So a man can't be passed around?
Nah,
he's kind of the leader though. So it's like,
what if a man is the relationship that a man is in? What if he's the one approached, always approached? Wouldn't that be passed around? If a woman is approached by a man, all these men, that means she's being passed around. Why couldn't it be the opposite? If a man is being approached by a woman, because
even if a woman is approaching the man, mm-hmm. she's not dominating the man.
There's some women that are dominant.
Okay, in a general sense. In a general sense.
Yeah.
Especially in a sexual sense. Mm-hmm. But that's just my take. I could be wrong. Mm-hmm. There could be a debate here and whatnot. What do you think, Jay?
Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but it's like what she said. It goes both ways. Men can be passed around, women can be passed around. Megan's a celebrity. Same thing with Cardi. Like, she had, what's his name? Offset. And now she's with a whole different man. Haley, she's with a whole different man. GDG is with a whole different girl. It's like, sometimes relationships don't last. They break up. They go into a new one.
Right.
But it's like what she said. You got to give yourself time to heal, find your self-value, find your self-love.
And that's why I feel like we're saying similar things. We're saying different things, but there's similarities in it because, like I said, as far as men and women, like I was saying, that they both should hold themselves to a proper standard and whatnot. So and you can diminish your value whether you're a man or a woman. So just because I say a woman, quote unquote, Megan Thee Stallion I'm asking the question if she's being passed around, doesn't mean that Drake or whoever isn't diminishing their value because they've been with X amount of partners.
So to answer your question, I don't think she's being passed. I wouldn't.
You don't think she's being passed around because not at the same time?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Wait, all right, so how long her and Chloe been together?
This is new. This is like last week.
Yeah.
This picture's from yesterday.
When was her last relationship before that?
I got it on ChatGPT, but it's on my phone.
See.
But I think I think it was this year. Like she got out of her relationship with Torrey Craig, the basketball player, this year, and now she's with Klay Thompson. This brings me to my next. This brings me to my next.
Her last relationship was with another NBA player.
Yeah.
Okay, then that's kind of being passed around in the league.
That's what I'm talking about.
I know. That's what I said. Ask that question to figure it out.
But
and before that, it was a soccer player, and before that, it was a rapper and another rapper and another rapper.
We all have a type.
No, it's not a type. I said before that,
don't do that.
Right now she's with a basketball player.
Okay.
Before that, it was another basketball player.
Okay.
Before that, it was a soccer player.
Okay.
Before that, it was a rapper, then another rapper and another rapper.
Well, she likes athletes and rappers, so she has a type.
She likes hustlers.
Fine. Yeah. Why not?
But yeah,
do you, Megan?
But to go into the same company and find your, but again, we can't help who we fall in love with.
You think she's in love?
Or we fall in lust with.
Okay, that's a fact. I'm not mad at it.
Yo,
here's my beef. Here's my underlying beef.
People gonna feed their lust.
Tory Lanez is in jail, in prison because of this woman right now. And I don't know about you, and that's like he said, free him too. And you could be mad at that. Like you're not mad at that, but
I don't know the whole story.
There's a demographic of people, and a lot of women are mad at that. People saying free Tory because they believe that Tory did shoot Megan Thee Stallion. I'm under the belief that he didn't shoot Megan Thee Stallion.
I read something where he was covering for someone else, so that person wouldn't go to jail.
Exactly, and that's like the main thing that's being exactly.
And
that's
it was
the
the
main
female
thing.
that shot him. So if the female shot her, then why is she saying he shot her when it was a female and she was there? She's the one that got shot. So why doesn't she speak up?
Good question.
See, here's the thing. What's funny, like that's why we've talked about this on the podcast different times. But what's funny about it, and not funny because obviously there's a man in prison and that's been stabbed and all types of shit, or whatever. As soon as this happened, the backlash happened from it. Like when this was new in 2020, Tory Lanez said that there's different holes in her story. Like she was shot in her feet, but from behind. So if she was shot in your feet from behind, you don't know who shot you.
Yeah.
Why you aimed at the feet though?
And how do you be shot in the foot?
Well, somebody reached around.
What? Nah, that don't add up. That don't add up.
She never been in that type of time.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Getting shot from your foot from behind is crazy. And don't get me wrong, I've seen things that
she got big feet, but she does have big feet though, so it's like it's a possibility.
I ain't gonna lie, yeah.
And the way I guess recently it came up again about her being shot when he got stabbed in prison, and people, I guess a bodyguard or something like, well, I know the real story or whatever.
Different people come forward and whatnot.
There's the truth, the lie, and then the real truth, I guess.
Okay, I like that. I'm not mad at that. Hopefully they free the boys at some point, or hopefully they get down to the bottom of the truth. Yeah. Do we see Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion lasting?
I don't know.
Do we see? Let me give you a visual.
I mean, I saw the picture. I don't know.
It's a good
because
reminder.
I give it 2 years.
I've actually
2 years is generous.
He's been in company with Klay Thompson, and he seems like he's a low key,
nice guy.
Like nice guy. Don't want no drama, kind of. I don't want attention brought to myself. Other than when
I'm surprised. That's why I'm surprised they're together. Honestly,
when it's on the court. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Again, we don't know. People didn't think. I mean, they didn't. People didn't think that Whitney and Bobby would last, but they lasted a while. Okay. They didn't like it because they were They thought that she was America's sweetheart.
Hopefully, it doesn't end up like that.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Hopefully, but we don't know. Again, we can't help what we fall in love with.
That's a fact.
I give it 2 years.
Next topic. Next topic.
You know the person doesn't like us.
AMP Target backlash.
Oh, I seen all of that. That whole situation was hilarious.
AMP.
I saw it on.
AMP is Kai Cenat, Duke Dennis, Phantom, all them, the young heads.
Well,
now Duke, my only question is,
oh
if everybody's boycotting Target, who exactly is buying your products? Now Duke Dennis takes to live stream and he talks about the backlash of his product being sold at Target.
And a lot of people mad at us that we got Tone and Target, bro. And it's like, everybody that's saying that, bro, is they hypocrites, bro. They being hypocrites. They are lying. Alright? Like, if they had a product and Target wanted them to put it in Target, they would do that because it's just for business. Like the same way.
But you're not getting your money if.
Hold on, let this clip rock.
But that's not where it stops. We want Tone at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, gas stations. You feel me?
Yo, Duke is hilarious.
He most certainly doesn't know how distribution works, but according to the comments, they did not agree with him at all. Now, somebody by the name of Pixel Bass said they could have launched independently, so that's not an excuse. They are big enough, referring to their platforms. Yeah. Target ain't the only store in the world, and is clearly using them as leverage for their own agenda. Just shows they can be brought, in my opinion. Somebody else said, not all business is good business, Duke. That's business 101. And it makes y'all look hella tone deaf, and it shows that y'all don't pay attention to the important things going on, which is absolutely true. Duke Dennis and the rest of the gang act like they don't know what's going on in the real world, but it's like, if you had real world practicality, you'd know not to align your product with that company. Since June 3rd, Target has been down $12 billion in revenue. So what exactly was your product supposed to do on a Target shelf? Absolutely nothing. Somebody by the name of Suarez said, all money ain't good money. If bros are boycotting Target, who's buying that? Not the others. We gotta think. Products not only have brand recognition, but also customer loyalty. So a man using Suave isn't going to just switch to Tone all because Duke Dennis told him to. And a man using Gillette, again, not gonna switch because Duke Dennis told them to. But Duke Dennis had a little bit more to say.
If you actually an entrepreneur and you own a business, and if you didn't, that would be bad for business, you stupid motherfucker. What? Fuck? Like, bro, no cap, they are lying though. That's the crazy part. Like, the same people who got something to say, you telling me that if you had your product and Target was like, hey, can we please put your product in our store? You would say no.
I would say no. And I would take that deal, that potential deal that Target was offering me, and I would go and leverage it to other companies. So other companies knew that I was being sought after, and here's the offer that I was being given. But that's just me, Duke. Now, Duke, my only question is, if everybody's boycotting Target, who exactly?
Fully watching that, I understand where she's coming from,
but
and
y'all on two different sides, very quick. So go ahead.
Yeah, I understand where she's coming from. But that's like they taking opportunity. Like, AMP been out there for like the longest, like so they just go for like they risk takers, and I've been watching their videos for the longest, even when they trashing each other's house and stuff like that. And Duke has a valid point. Like, he sees Target as an opportunity, but I feel like he could have utilized other options like Walmart, CVS, gas stations is crazy, but
correct, gas stations.
Yeah, but
everyone goes to gas stations.
Yeah, everybody goes to a gas
that too. But yeah, you could have used that leverage to offer to anybody else that Target's giving me this, or Walmart's giving me this. I understand that part, but he chose Target, and I know nobody knows about I haven't heard about Tone. I haven't bought Tone or nothing. I don't know.
It's new.
Yeah, but they made their own product. They out there, so they wanna just.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but
Rashawn, I need you to school him real quick.
I feel like people were saying, all money ain't good money. There's a standard, and if you're going into that store where nobody's going into, where your demographic or your people that would buy your product, you want to buy your product, is not going to the store, so your stuff is just sitting on the shelf. Then it's going to be marked down for people to go, and then people might go into this costs this much, or some people might take another route, which I feel like everybody should have did with the Target boycott from the. If there's a company that's in Target, go to that. Cut out the middleman. Pay the shipping and go to that website of that company and buy their product.
Well, let's back up for a second. Jay, do you know why Target is being boycotted?
Oh nah, that's news to me right now.
So like that's why that's what you need to school them on.
Oh, they got rid of their DEI department, or they went back on it.
Now, do you know what DEI is?
No.
Diversity, inclusivity, and equity department. So anybody that falls underneath that, they got rid of that department. Or
now, so like, did they? And I didn't I know that, but I didn't like do too much digging into it. Like, did they get rid of black people?
No, because there's a black person that works at the Target here that I know.
But did they stop hiring new black people?
I'm not sure. But the same thing with Walmart, and Walmart did it first. I don't know why everybody jumped on, but I think the reason why everybody jumped on Target behind Pastor Jamal Bryant, and because Target was started, or it was founded and has headquarters where George Floyd was killed. So that's why it was like everybody gonna go and just boycott Target over Walmart, even though Walmart got rid of their DEI first. Because
George Floyd was killed in a Walmart?
No, he was killed in the city. I can't remember what the city.
So what did you just say about George Floyd and Walmart?
No, in Target. If I said Walmart, I meant Target. Where Target has their headquarters, where they started their company.
Oh, okay.
That's where George Floyd. He was killed in that same city.
Okay.
So that's why it was pushed out there to do Target, because
they might get you for this in the comments.
Okay.
I'm gonna send you a screenshot.
No, that's why. That's why they chose Target, because I know that, because Target is in the same city as George Floyd. I can't remember right now where George Floyd was killed.
Okay.
But that's why they were so hard on going after and boycotting Target.
Okay.
Over Walmart.
Okay.
If that makes sense. If I'm making sense. If you understand what I'm saying.
No, it's fine. You messed me up because you said Walmart first, and now
I meant Target.
Right.
I meant Target.
And that's fine.
But I'm saying Walmart dropped their DEI first. And then
I didn't know that they did that.
Yeah, and then Target did it. And then everybody's like, and that was my question too. I was like, okay, why are we boycotting Target? And then Target was put on the do not go and buy stuff and patronize them, but not as much and as heavy as Target was, and as long. Nobody did a 40-day fast for Walmart like they did for Target.
Right.
40-day fast.
Yes,
maybe it was more pushed to the media, or like, you know what I mean?
And it was backed by, or it was headed by a known pastor, Jamal Bryant, and some people have likened him to our age's Martin Luther King.
Okay.
So,
that's tough.
He's a good pastor. I've heard him speak and preach, and people like him, and they take his word and follow behind him. So
I'm not mad at that. What's it called? So the only thing that I was trying to get Jay to Jay, like the different things that we've talked about, that Jay, like, it's good that he's gotten here, but also the DEI was a direct result or aftermath of Trump.
Yeah, Trump being,
because remember, I don't know if you remember when the different crashes was happening with the planes. That was, they said, was because of the DEI being taken out from the airports and whatnot.
Laying off people.
Right.
But I also heard and read and people talk about more accidents happened last year or years before, but because of what happened with Trump laying off people in the FAA, it was pushed to the media more because of what he did. So that's why it made it seem like that was a result of, but still people were losing their lives, and some people think that it was that It was done. Some of them were done purposely.
You just said that they lost more jobs or more lives last year.
More lives last year in airplane accidents, but because of the things that Trump did when he first got in office, and those happened soon after, people made the correlation that these are happening so much because of the directives that he put out with the FAA.
But Trump wasn't in office last year.
I know.
So what do you mean?
So what I'm saying, that's what people were trying to contradict or trying to say, well, this is not just happening. This happened. This was happening last year, and there was more last year. It's not just because of him laying off these people. People were I guess, making a comparison and coming to his defense of this is.
I get what you're saying.
This is not because of him laying off these people.
That's crazy because I didn't hear no plane crashes last year
because it wasn't. There was not a problem pushed in that was known that was being done to the FAA. Like I said, when Trump came into office, we know that he made directives and orders to lay off these people because of DEI.
He brought a light to it.
Yes.
Gotcha.
An orange light to it.
I feel like you were gonna say that, you said?
No, I said
That's crazy. Orange light is nuts. But yeah, that's crazy because they were back to back, and I'm glad they stopped, but I wonder why they've stopped.
What? But
at least I haven't heard of.
But they don't need to, because it's scaring people. People don't want to fly now because they're concerned. They were concerned.
Yep.
I had family members that missed out on a birthday party for another family member because they were scared to fly.
Yep, I'm people. I'm definitely.
So you think they're still happening?
And I went, and I'm here to say that I went soon after those, like a month after the DC one happened. I flew. I mean, I thought about it, but I didn't harp on it because when it's my time to go, it's my time to go.
That's crazy. But you think they're still happening, but they're just not reporting it?
Not as much. Like the media likes to. Being a person that's kind of worked in that industry and studied in that industry, they like to pick one thing and harp on it for longer than need be, and scare people and cause hysteria. Like with the protest because my brother lives out in Cali, with the protest that was happening there, a month or two ago, my grandmother was all concerned, called my brother. He was as soon as he answered, literally nothing is happening. The media is lying. It's quiet over here. And then the same thing with the fires over there, where he was. Yeah, there was some concern for a little bit, but he said that they were harping on it too much and reporting on it too much, and it wasn't. Yes, it's devastating.
Yeah.
For those people that did lose their homes, but he said that they were dragging it and putting more into it than it needed to be.
So do you feel like the Trump's DEI, doing away with it as far as the
FAA?
Yeah. Do you think that was a good move?
No, it's not a good move to lay people off. You need people on the ground, and then you need as many eyes everywhere where people's lives are at stake.
So then do you think it's just a coincidence that there was less deaths or less crashes this year than last year?
Well, I don't know if it's less, because by that time we only had been a month or two in the year. So
right. Well, I just looked it up, and it said specifically, while recent headlines may suggest an increase in plane crashes in 2025, data from the NTSB indicates that the number of fatal aviation accidents in 2025 is actually lower than in 2024. Specifically, through April 2nd, 2025, there were 48 fatal crashes compared to 66 during the same period in 2024.
I mean, and it's. I don't think
is that a point. Is that a point for Trump?
No,
Is that a point for MAGA?
No, I don't think. I don't think it's. It's a point for anybody.
It could be a coincidence.
It could be a coincidence.
And luck, obviously, thankfully, there are less crashes this year, but it doesn't make sense. Someone would have to provide why getting rid of diversity, equity, and inclusion would make less plane crashes, and that doesn't make sense. Like you said, more eyes, the better.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing that does is take jobs away from people, and the big companies and the millionaires, billionaires can make more money because they're paying less people.
Yeah.
Which is what we're getting into with this big, beautiful bill and whatnot.
Now, that's something I don't know. What's this?
I tried doing some research on it.
Well, yeah, that's not really even one of the topics. So, but it was just mainly saying the big beautiful bill that was passed and that Trump signed or whatever is mainly to help give the 1% tax breaks and not to help at all with
which he's been trying to do for the
the
last
middle
60
class,
years.
the lower class and whatnot, and then they're taking away like health cares and Social Security,
Oh, yeah,
all
I seen
types
that.
of like EBTs, all type of different shit
He's
like that.
bugging.
Yeah, so I mean,
Because he doesn't know the struggle, he doesn't feel like there needs to be.
okay,
And that man had a small loan of $1 million. He don't know.
that's a fact.
Like that, people need those services. Even more people need those services.
Shoot, let me get $1 million.
But I did hear some people do abuse it, because I did see a video of this lady. She's like, "That's why I had kids to get money on EBT." And I'm just like, "See, you're the kind of person that doesn't need to. I don't want to work. I'm on disability. I don't want to work, and
That sound like
I
my
can't
old
do
lady.
anything without my EBT." Well, you need to go work, hon. If you saying you purposely had kids just to get EBT.
Hey,
But
that's,
you'd be
that's
surprised.
A, that's a lot. Yeah.
There's a lot of women.
There's a
like,
lot.
I'm not even. Yo, listen.
That's lazy.
It's more common than you think.
That's lazy.
I don't want to backlash. If y'all want EBT, okay, cool. If y'all
That's
want
lazy.
disability,
Then guess what?
Yeah, but
Then guess what? Don't lay on your back.
Ooh. Okay. All right, moving on.
I ain't even gonna say no more.
Speaking of Trump, no Epstein list.
Yeah.
No, was it? Isn't their first name James or John?
I think Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
Is it Jeffrey?
Yeah,
Jeffrey
I think
Epstein.
Damn, all the bad is Jeffrey. That's crazy.
Jeffrey
But yeah, it's crazy. But no Epstein list.
Okay, everybody, breaking news. The Trump administration has said Epstein killed himself and that there is no Epstein client list and no information will be released out of protection for privacy and for the victims. Now, some people are immediately suggesting, oh, Trump must be on the Epstein list. Well, wait a second.
So that means one of two things is true, Charlie. Either you and people like you, MAGA influencers, MAGA podcasters, the Trump administration, and Trump himself has been lying to the American people for 6 fucking years about the Epstein list. That it's some deep state conspiracy and a bunch of Democrats are on the list, demon rats, and how they're all predators. Either that's true or Donald Trump is on that list. And I find it very interesting that Elon Musk tweeted this. And I find it even more
Let us see it.
that
Come on.
although Donald Trump has sued 1,600 people, and a lot of those for defamation, he has not sued Elon Musk for that damning tweet. And the reason that he hasn't sued him is because if he did, that would open up a discovery period and the courts would review the Epstein files and the Epstein client list. So why hasn't Trump sued Elon? And if you're MAGA, come on. At some point, you need to acknowledge that you have been lied to by daddy, or daddy is a fucking terrible, terrible person. Because it's one of those two things. But don't worry, in 6 months, your memory's gonna be wiped, and you're gonna find yourself confusingly saying, it was the Democrats that told us there was a client list. Just watch. Just watch.
Okay, everybody, break.
Back to back. I got one more for you. Right, same topic.
And this is probably not the last thing I'll say about it. If there was anyone, one person even, that ever accused me of doing something inappropriate with a child and I had access to documentation that would prove my innocence, that shit would be everywhere. I'm talking, I would take out billboards on every single fucking highway. I would be holding daily press conferences. I would be eardropping that evidence to every single person's phone, like you two did that one time on iTunes. Remember? That's what I would be doing. Every American, every person worldwide would have that evidence on their phone to prove that I was innocent. Just saying. Do you all get it now? And this is probably not the last thing I'll say about it.
What do y'all think? Thoughts? How y'all feel about
Me
it?
personally, the Epstein list is like, I've just like got into it like 2024. Don't know much about it, but what they're saying probably true. I feel like you guys should educate me more about this topic.
Rashawn, let's talk about it.
There's got to be some secret that why are you releasing it? If someone did something wrong, release the documentation for it. What are you trying to hide from not releasing the documentation for it?
He on that list.
So the Jeffrey
And
Epstein.
I read last night when I was doing the research on the topics you gave. I think it said that the district attorney or defense, some attorney woman said, "Oh, I have him on my list on my desk right now. It's, I have the files on, but there's nothing to release. There's nobody on the list.
Right.
Clearly, there's something on the list that people don't want the world to know.
They're not showing it. I tried to Google it myself last night.
That is, yeah. So
the thing I put in is Epstein no client list.
What is funny about that is this
What happened to the Epstein client list that the Attorney General said she had on her desk?
Attorney General.
Well, I think if you go back and look at what the Attorney General said in that interview with on your network on Fox News.
Got the quote.
Go ahead.
John Roberts said, DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Will that really happen? And she said, it's sitting on my desk right now to review.
Yes, she was saying the entirety of all of the paperwork, all of the paper in relation to Jeffrey Epstein's crimes. That's what the Attorney General was referring to, and I'll let her speak for that.
What happened to the Epstein client list?
So
The Attorney General.
So ever since billionaire Jeffrey Epstein was arrested on July 6th on charges of sex trafficking, the media have been scrambling to make sense of what happened on Little St. James, aka Jeffrey Epstein Island, his 70-acre private island in the Caribbean. But on nearby St. Thomas, locals say Epstein continued to bring underage girls to the island as recently as this year, a decade after he was forced to register as a convicted sex offender,
He
and
was
that
found guilty
the authorities did nothing to stop him. So the Epstein list is different millionaires and or billionaires that were in cahoots or involved with the Epstein Island, where sex trafficking and underage pedophilia was going on. And the tweet that the guy was referring to was when Elon Musk tweeted that the reason why that Donald Trump isn't giving the Epstein files because he's on the list and whatnot, and that's why the girl said, if people were pointing the finger at me about being on a list of pedophilia and sex trafficking, the first thing that they would do is give up the list to show that they're not on the list.
Yeah.
And there's a new clip where he was at, I think he was asked by a reporter about the list and whatnot, and he was like, "Are we still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? Why are we talking about Epstein? Blah 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 blah."
I saw that.
And you can go on. There's many like pictures of Epstein and Donald Trump being close in the 90s and the 2000s and whatnot. So it's just like, again, if you're not on the list of pedophiles and sex traffickers, it's very easy to just then show the list to show that you're not on the list. The only reason you wouldn't show if you're not on the only reason you wouldn't show the list is if you're on the list. But it's honestly confusing too, because I feel like you could just document it, like you know what I mean. I feel like you could edit it to take yourself off the list.
Yeah, you can redact the information you don't want people to see.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I don't know, but he's also not the brightest. Like there's clips, it's like dead ass. There's clips of him not.
No, seriously, I feel like because sometimes when I do watch him and when he's like reading something up, I'm just like, I feel like somebody just put that in front of his face just 2 seconds ago, and he's reading what somebody put in front of his face. He's somebody's puppet. Sometimes I feel like that.
Somebody's puppet.
I don't feel like he's really doing all that he's being the face for is his working and his doing and his plan. He's presenting somebody else's plan that doesn't want their face and wants all the heat on him. That's what I feel sometimes when I see him on reading stuff.
Well, Rashawn,
I'm learning a lot from you guys.
Yeah, man, that's what the podcast does. Well, what's it called? To back that claim that you just made is this clip.
Watch these clips and tell me if you think this person can read or understands what he's signing into order for us. Just watch.
Resolution 42.
Explain that, please.
Sure. And lastly, sir, we have House Joint Resolution 75.
Do you have the sync one in here? The sinks and
Do they have the sync one in there? I don't know. You could just read it. Look down at the paper you're about to sign for all of us. Look down.
signing a regulation bill, and you might want to discuss it.
Why is somebody else
We have a list
discussing?
of pardons and commutations.
And how many people are in this? Anything you can explain about this?
This is your president.
Anything you want to explain to me about this? Like after signing it. You guys aren't supporting Trump. You're supporting whoever all those people are. He can barely read. We know that. And I'm not even saying that to like make fun of the man. Like, it is what it is at this point. But he's not.
It is what it is at this point.
This next order relates to the definition of birthright citizenship.
That's a big one.
Sir, this is a proclamation declaring a national emergency.
That's a big one. A lot of big ones, huh?
What?
This is an executive order taking a large number of executive actions.
Okay.
He just wants to be in control of something. That's why he wants to be president.
Reasonable?
He's not.
It's your executive order. It should be something that you absolutely want. Sounds reasonable is like somebody came to you, told you to do something. You was like, I guess. It's an executive order that affects the rest of the world.
Next, Mr. President, we have House Joint Resolution 24.
What do they do?
They
Increase
speak to
energy
Senate.
efficiency requirements.
Look, they all just talking over themselves, trying to get their executive orders passed, and he can't really read them like that, so he doesn't know. And they're just like, he asks one person a question, and another person's answering for that person, and it's just people just talking. I feel bad for that old man.
Next for you, sir.
When we look into the past people, is that part of this? And this pretty much does it, right?
Is that part of this? The paper that you're looking at? The paper that you can easily read? Is that... For God's sakes, look down, my guy. Read the papers. This was nerve-wracking to watch, honestly.
Sir, a major priority. This next executive order. Next, sir, we have an executive order.
Yo,
Sir, we have an executive order. Lastly, sir, we have an executive order.
I'm going to sign it now, and maybe I'll ask you, Will, to explain a little bit about it.
Of course, sir.
That's crazy.
Watch these clips and tell me if you think this person can read.
Trump.
No.
It's one funny guy.
That's all you can do is just shake your head.
That's why I don't talk about politics. That's really why I don't talk about politics.
That's all you can do.
It's really why I don't talk about politics. It's like, that's who I choose to be president.
So, well, why is that? Tell me, break that down to me. You don't talk about politics because
it's sad. Like, man can't read, and he just basically signed our lives off to anything. He don't care. Like,
but doesn't that make it more? Doesn't that make it more important to talk about? Because like, if you don't talk about like the deaths of black people is obviously sad. Racism is obviously sad in this country. But it's like if you don't talk about it, then it is then like viewed as less of a problem. Because you're not talking about it, you know what I mean?
Understandable, yeah. But Trump,
but I get what you're saying.
Trump doesn't know what he's doing in office.
Exactly. So it's like but there are people that think he's doing a great job. He knows exactly what he's doing. So it's kind of not that it's your job or whatever.
How?
Huh?
My question would be how.
Exactly.
But then you have to have that conversation. So that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
there's an importance in talking about it because even though it's frustrating, it then changes someone else's perspective. It's like, well, like, I don't know why Jay or Jelani or Rashawn was so adamant or so passionate about Donald Trump doing a bad job. Like, maybe I need to reevaluate things or whatever the case may be. It's like, especially in your friend groups or co-workers or whatever.
I'm gonna just do what you said. Just go around next, do street interviews about, you know, how they feeling about Trump.
Yo, man, I promise you, but you got 2 kids, right?
The one.
You got 1? Okay, so
one's enough.
Yeah, I get it. But it's like, if you have the time to do it, I guarantee you that's something that could go viral fast.
Go up to Catskill.
Go Catskill, Saugerties, shit.
I see a lot of flags when I'm delivering over. I'm just like, let me get out of here real fast because I shouldn't be up here.
You might as well it builds confidence and endurance and whatnot. Because like, I wouldn't necessarily tell you to do this otherwise, but if you've done it enough times, you should. If I were to tell him to ask a cop like about Trump or whatever, would you think it's a good idea or a bad idea? And why?
I would say just a random cop.
Yeah, like not like, you know what I mean. It's not like a cop that stopped you or whatever.
I would say give it a try, but if the
vibes are off.
Yeah, if the vibes are off and he gives you like,
get on the ground.
Yeah, if he comes at you the wrong way or gives you like, I'm gonna arrest you kind of stuff, or get out my face.
Yeah, read the signs.
Yeah, just don't. I wouldn't do it.
But I just think it will be interesting, especially. But even not like, obviously, if it will cause you some type of harm. Obviously, don't put yourself in harm's way. But if they were to react negatively, and if you were recording the whole thing, you have that right.
Get out my face. If they go like, you can't be recorded.
That's all you need. Yeah. That's all you need.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
If they do that, then. Especially if they're in uniform. Some people may talk in uniform, but if they're in uniform, they may not talk.
Right, but as far as content goes, even if they choose not to talk, that itself is content. That itself is like, oh, that's weird. Like, are you on TikTok? You got a TikTok or whatever?
Definitely.
You post on TikTok?
My daughter's TikTok, but not mine's. I got two different accounts.
Do that, man. Like, it's the content. Like, that's why even you said it a second ago. You're learning mad things here or whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, that's why that's the dopeness of the podcast, and the same can be said for content creating or Twitches or whatever the case would be. So it's just about a matter of thinking outside the box and whatnot, and doing things that the average person wouldn't do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I saw this one, I can't remember what the question was, and this guy asked this lady that was a Trump supporter something. She was just like, well, it's because of the Democrats, but it was Trump. That, whatever it was, and then she looked at her friend or whatever. She said, huh, what? What was the question? Some of them don't have an answer and can't answer and give a valid explanation of why they support this man.
And it's so funny because like I don't rock with like Trump supporters. Obviously I don't rock with racists and whatnot. But my first statement is to say that Trump supporters, as far as I've seen, are like the best people to interview because they don't make a lick of sense, and that'd be the funny viral shit or whatever. Yeah. If like you say that like, oh, Trump's doing great for the economy, but like, or Trump did great for the economy when he was in presidency, his first term, whole time that was due to Obama's presidency and whatnot. So then when you say that, they look crazy. So they have like a what the fuck thought, whatever the case may be is, or if they say something about ICE or whatever, like say that the deportation is great or whatever because they're not legal citizens or whatever. It's like, oh, you think that a husband or a wife or a brother or a son or a daughter or whatever being taken out of their home is good for America or whatever. That is the American dream or the American statement or whatever. It just makes them look stupid or bad, and it's so easy because like you're not using your like moral integrity and whatnot.
And that goes back to what I said earlier, is that your people of European descent, their ancestors were escaping whatever harm or freedoms that they wanted over there and came over here.
Right.
So the people that you don't want here that may look different to you, that may be black or brown, that's what the same thing they're doing. It was okay 400 years ago, but it's not okay today.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And that's what I'm saying. It's It's very funny, and it's very like, as far as the algorithm is considered, it's just great content or whatever. Last clip I'm gonna say on this show on this topic, real fast.
That's my
guy right there.
Read. For real. Yeah, and he loves to improv. So during like the table read, he like before like we were gonna read before he had to read each line, and he's the host, so he's at everything. Yeah. He would go, I'm not gonna say this, and I'm gonna say it the way I want to say it. Is that okay? Is that okay, Lauren? And everybody's like, what? And then this is my favorite part, is there was a sketch that we wrote where he's at Disneyland with his daughter, and the line is, all right, let's get out of here. Turkey legs? Like, let's go get turkey legs? And he doesn't know how to read. So he went, all right, let's get out of here, turkey legs. He called his daughter turkey legs. He doesn't really know how to read.
Pete Davidson is hilarious, yo.
That's a fact. I think it's, before we get to the next subject, I just find it very like funny, or just like it's funny. It's funny hearing it from you, because like you have a similar response to it as I do, and when I'm around people, especially people from a different community, it's sometimes questioned, why are you like viewing it as funny or making jokes about it when it's serious, it's whatever, but it's like it's sometimes when all you can do is like laugh at it and whatnot.
To keep from crying. You laugh to keep from crying.
Exactly. Yeah. But it's funny. It's funny, sad. Exactly. And on the same wavelength, it's funny / wild that someone like the long list of things that Trump is, the fact that he possibly can't read and got elected not once but twice is so funny, and just more wild than funny. It's really not funny, it's more wild, and that people like it was even made it possible and whatnot. But that brings us to our next topic. MAGA supporters backtracking. So I think you mentioned it in Catskill, where I don't know if it was Catskill or if it was a different space where you were saying that
Saugerties, going from Saugerties to Glasgow.
Saugerties was a real MAGA city or whatever, town or whatever, and now it's not so much. Even they had their own No King's Day or whatever.
Yeah, it's right. The house that I'm talking about is right on 32.
Okay.
Across from the Quick Check.
Okay.
If you're going down the back way to Walmart and going up to Saugerties.
But okay, so the Walmart in Kingston.
Yeah. If you go in that back way and you go through Glasgow, the house is right there. It's on your right if you're going in, and it's across from the, like, not right across from the Quick Check, but across from the Quick Check.
And that's like a big Trump house?
They had you don't see it going into Saugerties, but when you come out of Saugerties, off of 9W and take 32 back into Kingston, you see it.
Okay.
But they don't have it anymore.
But I was gonna say I need to take a look over there.
They don't have it anymore. So.
Yeah. So that's the point. And that's the topic, is that a lot of MAGA supporters or former MAGA supporters have backtracked or faded out due to the different controversial or crazy list of things that have happened. I'm trying to find one.
Which makes sense, because everything he's doing it doesn't make sense. Him even being in doesn't make sense. After the life we lived in 2020 alone.
Even his skin complexion doesn't make sense.
From March.
Do not fall for the MAGA rebranders. People that they'll DM me and be like, you see what your boy doing? You voted for this. I'm like, I voted for none of this. He's doing the exact opposite of everything I voted for. Yeah. I want him to stop the wars. He's funding them. I want him to shrink spending, reduce the budget. People like Trolls, people like Joe Rogan are trying to do a soft rebrand where they're trying to step away from their involvement in the MAGA movement. No. They don't get to absolve themselves of what they voted for, of what they encourage.
They voted for this. They need to stand on business and stand by all of the decisions, all of the fuck shit that he's been doing. No, I didn't know he was gonna do this. He said exactly what the fuck he was gonna do, and if you were too stupid not to pay attention, that's on you. But that doesn't get to let you walk away from this shit. People like them, people like Candace Owens and countless others are going to see them over the next few years try to move away from the MAGA movement and try to claim at some point, oh no, I never supported Donald Trump. I was never involved in any of the fuck shit that he did. No, you guys did this shit. You guys just are too fucking soft and have no actual morals or convictions that you can stand on. But no, you guys voted exactly for this shit. And I don't want to hear any sort of rewriting of history. Do not fall for the MAGA rebranders.
People that like, they'll
You got a big point. Like, stand on business. You voted for him. This is exactly what you voted for.
You can't say in the world of in the age of technology, you can't say that no, I didn't stand by him. Oh, really? Let me type your name in and bring up something, a clip or something that you posted or said.
Absolutely. Accountability is the word. And I got one more clip on the topic.
Yeah, Donald Trump, listen, man, I supported him this last year. I apologize for doing so. It was a bad calculation. At the time, it seemed
accountability.
Like the right one. But he should be impeached and removed for this one. And not on some not on some ridiculous Nancy Pelosi. Of course, the Congress will never do it because they're all a bunch of, corrupt hacks.
This is the one thing they support. This is like
Donald Trump should be impeached and removed for this. All of his supporters should turn on him. It's the absolute betrayal of everything that he ran and campaigned on and everything that he stood for. And I will say, despite the fact that, Donald Trump supporters have been labeled like a cult following, and that certainly is true for a percentage of his supporters, he is going to lose his coalition over this. I don't just speak for myself, but I say there are a lot of us who simply will not go along with this.
I think that this is about the Epstein list.
Yeah, Donald Trump, listen, man, I supported him.
But for those who did,
not even regretting it.
For people that voted for him this time, my question to them would be why, after the life that we lived in 2020.
That you lived, Rashawn.
That we all lived as a country.
It didn't affect everyone the same, factually.
COVID-19 didn't affect everyone.
Oh gosh.
That you blame that on Trump?
For him not closing the borders when it needed to be, yeah.
So that's what you're talking about as far as as far as his first presidency, that's what you're aiming at?
That's one of the things, yes.
Okay.
But even him at all. Why? What said, okay, he's a good choice. And then why not? Now why isn't he a good choice?
Well, that's what I was leading with before. And I'm praying they don't get you in the comments, but I'm gonna send you a screenshot if they do. What's it called? It's from before if it was known that he was a rapist, if it was known that he was racist, if it was known that he was white supremacist, dip grabbing people, that doesn't affect, or that doesn't matter to people like us, or that does matter to people like us, but it doesn't matter to the people that voted for him the second time around, like the guy, or like Candace Owens blows my mind.
And then also he's saying that
but she was getting a bag. She was also getting paid. So
and
it's
he was saying
she stopped getting paid.
With the COVID thing, he was saying that it wasn't real. He was calling it the Asian virus. Like that's racist right there. You and y'all voted for this again.
He did say it came from China. I was like,
he's definitely got a long list of racist acts.
So why again?
But
knowing all that he did,
that affects Asian people more so than it affects other white people.
I guess.
So it's like, I get what you're saying, and it matters to you and I, but that doesn't matter to someone like this guy or any other like Andrew Schultz or whatever the case is. There was one guy that I talked to that said that he voted for Trump simply because the stock was going up when he was in president, when he was a president or whatever.
It was doing great. I was kind of into that.
And then it like went crazy downhill when he was elected president the second time around. I don't know how it's doing now. Maybe it's up. Maybe like the stock goes up and down. Exactly.
Well, it's not doing too good because Are
y'all on the stocks?
I am.
I'm trying to get
my father started me.
Day trading.
When he was, I think I opened it either right before he became president or right after, or right before January 20th or right after. And it was doing good. It was gaining money, and it's lost money.
And that makes sense. Like, he's got too many beefs with different countries.
Yeah.
For the stock, and then with the DEI shit, like, because if you're investing in companies that are then doing the whole DEI thing, like, I'm not too well versed in stocks and whatnot, but it makes sense for because the stocks is based off the economy.
Yeah.
And if the economy is doing bad, then stocks will be doing bad, or not doing like great. So it's an interesting thing, but that's also why you theoretically shouldn't vote based on not even necessarily the economy, because you should vote that's an important piece. But Kamala Harris, I can never say her name. It's Kamala, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard it Kamala so many times.
I thought it was Kamala.
Right, I've heard it so many times that way.
It's like they had pins with a comma in L.A.
Yeah, I need one.
So it's Kamala.
Yeah, I get it. I just say it both ways. But with her, they say that she didn't say her plans enough, and especially her economic plans and whatnot. But when economic analysts viewed both of their plans for economy, she was viewed as the better plans for economy and whatnot. So it's like, that's what I'm saying. When this was before he was elected, this was like a hot topic on the podcast, because you were not saying not one thing that he's good for. Besides the only thing people usually say is because of the economy, but that's not even true, because again, when he was president, it was the result of Obama's administration, and versus him and Kamala. Kamala was the superior one, but unfortunately in this society, there obviously historically there's never been a woman president, and
a woman of color at that.
So it's like,
I mean, Obama had a hard time.
She was stacked against her, but like Jay was saying, if you looked at the numbers again, because we covered this when it was new, the amount of people that didn't vote, I'm trying to say it correctly, like Trump had less votes than we went up against Biden. So it's and the amount of people that voted was less than that voted between him and Biden. So if those people voted, or even the same amount of people that voted for, say they voted for Kamala, she would have won. So it's it's just a matter of people, but that says more about the people than Kamala.
Yeah, people
didn't want to see a woman president.
Yeah, and they were like, he's the lesser of two evils, or again, they didn't want to see a woman president.
Right. Isn't that the same way for what's her name?
He was running against a woman the last time he won. Hillary.
Hillary.
Yeah, people have, but I'm not too well versed in Hillary, but people have more beef with Hillary than they do with Kamala. She's done different things. She was I don't know what she's done, but she's rubbed people the wrong way with different things or whatever.
Because he was a prosecutor, and supposedly she put more black men in jail than.
Well, they don't care about that.
Yeah.
As far as either Trump supporters or the white demographic or whatever. For Kamala. Again,
that's why a lot of men they said a lot of black men voted for Trump over Kamala because of that very fact that they put out, that because she put in, as a prosecutor, she prosecuted more black men or men of color when she was prosecutor.
Yeah, that's all. It's annoying because I'll be on wax here. I feel like generally speaking, black men end up being I'm not gonna call them dumb, but they're ignorant, because you can see the fact that she's put away black men or whatever, but he's racist. Yeah. So it's yes, she's what is she supposed to do as a person?
For somebody making a choice that she didn't tell them to make the choices that they
exactly.
Made. It's the choices that they made, and they have consequences.
To make the decision she's put away black men, I'm not gonna vote for her. To give it that much thought and then not give the thought that he's racist. He doesn't give a shit about you regardless, whether you do a big crime, a small crime, if you're not guilty, whatever,
And he'll grab your wife.
And he'll grab. You love that. But what's it called?
She's really staying.
She's on that. And he'll grab your wife.
I mean,
No, I get you.
That's
just
that
funny.
alone.
Right.
I mean, not that alone, but again, it's a man. It's not a woman.
Right.
A woman. He didn't say he would grab a man, because if he said he would grab a man,
Okay.
they would probably be like, oh.
You know what's funny? You're not even saying it to be funny, but it's just like, because that was like, it wasn't funny when he said it, but it's like the way you're throwing it in there. I was like icing on the cake isn't that funny. But yeah, it's tough. But I said on Nina's podcast that it wasn't on Nina's podcast. It was on this podcast, but it was with the KHS principal. She was saying how concerned she is and whatnot about the country and whatnot. And I was just saying it's like mainly, from my perspective, it's about survival and whatnot, and just protection and all that good stuff. But hopefully the white people do what the white people do best and call the manager and get him impeached and call it a day.
Like I don't know.
Because, like I said, like I said on the last episode with the principal, is that like a lot has happened and it hasn't even been a year yet. Like that's wild. The amount of things that have happened since January is dumb wild.
It's not even affecting like adults. It's affecting kids, because I've heard stories about kids being in school about their peers being deported. Like,
right.
That's crazy. That kids have to worry about this stuff.
Right. I've heard teachers say like if a policeman comes knocking on the door, I'm not opening the door.
God.
It's wild. It's wild.
That's wicked.
It's wild.
Cops are actually going into schools doing that.
I'm not saying here. I just heard it as like a preventative, like, you know what I mean, because they knew the news that is a possibility and whatnot. So, and then obviously on top of that, like, not that it matters too much. It's not like there's a big difference, but people of birthright citizenship have been deported and whatnot. And it's not just criminals. It's not just people without papers. It's just like ICE is like ICE. I've heard and seen read that ICE is coming, in like masks and just doing like different either raids or whatever.
They tried
just
that
to deport
with
people.
Haitians. It was not taking that.
Yeah.
So.
Hearing that news made me so happy.
What news?
How ICE try to, get at the Haitians and they just got their ass whooped.
Oh, I didn't see that. You gotta send me that link.
I definitely gotta send you that. I was like, yeah, you see, you can't fuck with the Haitians, man.
All right, let's get into lighter topics. Man. We got Drake. Drake is the next topic, the final topic of the hour. Jay is a Drake fan. Rashawn, what are you?
I wouldn't say a Drake fan.
Listen to rap nowadays.
Okay, that's fine. So wait.
I like
what about Kendrick? You give Kendrick raps.
Nah, I don't listen to
Erykah Badu.
No.
Not even Michael Jackson at least.
Yeah.
Oh. He's him.
Every June 25th, I have a party.
Oh, never got anybody.
9th, I have a party. When his death date, I realized I can't. When I listen to one, I was like, I can't expect. My favorite album is Bad. I can't just listen to one song off of Bad. I have to listen to, and it turned into a whole.
That's tough.
That happens.
Jam party while making chicken salad. It was great.
That's not bad.
And I made a reel of it, so it was fun. But yes, I like Michael. The only song that I really know about Drake is one of his first songs. It was with Trey. I can't think of it. Replacement Girl.
Oh my God.
Where have you been though? It's been like 15 years ago.
I literally.
That's mad funny.
I literally don't listen to like really new people after me going to school, to college. Mm-hmm. Like before 2005. Mm-hmm. I'm like, if you're new, I really don't know about you. Maybe a Bruno Mars, I like him. Chris Brown just made the cut. Okay. Even though I haven't listened to any of his his newer stuff. Gotcha. Trey Songz, he had just made the cut because he came out in 2005. But no, I listen to a lot of 90s
So you say
R&B.
you say in the 2000s and the 90s.
Yep.
And backwards.
Yep. And
I'm not mad at it.
Michael
Old school.
And,
I respect
and
it.
Kirk Franklin.
And-
In rotation.
yo,
and Maverick City.
Can't go wrong with Kirk Franklin.
Yeah, you can't.
Maverick City music too.
But-
And Sunday service choir. I like them, even though who started them is a little off his rocker right now. But
What about reggae?
yeah,
And reggae.
yeah.
Well, as far as Drake is considered, this is a clip pertaining to Drake and his new recent drop, What Did I Miss?
I hate when a rapper talk about guns, then somebody die, they turn into nuns. I swear this Euphoria track
Kendrick line.
continuously ages.
You know Kendrick
like
and Drake had
wine,
beef.
bro.
Yeah.
Every move that Drake continues to make, like disking basketball players because they went to a show, or continuously rapping about a beef that everybody, including himself, says he's over. Kendrick Lamar is proving once again, without saying a word, that he decimated Drake. Not
definitely
only
did.
he decimate Drake's brand, but he decimated Drake's spirit, bro.
Definitely.
You've never seen Drake this distraught about an event. And we've seen Drake distraught about a lot of shit. But this time, Drake is really hurt, bro. He's really hurt. That battle did serious psychological damage to this guy. Not only is he dissing basketball players and all this shit, he's also suing. He's suing. I'm just like, how the hell are you suing somebody for dissing you and you dissing other motherfuckers who can't even respond?
They can if they want.
Back this stuff. I hate when the rappers
Not
talk
LeBron
about
James.
this.
You can't say that because there's a lot of rappers in the NBA right now that's
Yeah.
like they be cooking, like Damian Lillard, like what? Yeah, he can
Somebody just posted how I know he had one song. I didn't know he did a full album. That Kobe did a full album. It's like, huh? What?
Kobe?
Yes.
That's
Oh, I
news
know
to
that.
me.
I didn't know he did a full
Fun
album.
fact.
I knew he did a song with Tyra Banks.
Right.
And then I don't know if it was an EP or album that Allen Iverson did, and it was kind of
Yeah, Allen
good.
Iverson could rap too.
Okay, I'll take that. Well, LeBron shouldn't and isn't hopping into the booth because he's not a rapper.
Nah, LeBron
Yeah.
hopping in the booth. I can see it.
The Ball brothers.
Nah,
Isn't one of the Ball brothers?
And that's garbage. Jamello or whatever his name is, Jello, some shit.
Nah, no, never mind.
We talking about Drake and Kendrick right now.
I'm not even gonna say that. But come on, Drake, back it up, man. You lost.
Now, last, like, I got one more clip and then we can discuss. This not this one. Damn. 1 second. My fault. It's that, but I needed to do the proper one. Did I send it to myself?
Damn, poor Drake.
There we
Kendrick really killed him.
When I talk about my love for London rappers, the best lyricists in the world, mark my words. I don't care what nobody says, nobody can out-rap London. Nobody. No disrespect to America, no disrespect to my country, but nobody can out-rap London rappers. This is the best, highest level. This is what I aspire to be. When I talk about my love
That's it.
for London rappers.
That's it. I know you're not You're not really into rap like that. But how do we feel about his statement?
Who's a rapper? Who's a London rapper?
I don't know if you have any songs up, but like I said, just play like a couple songs. London rappers, they have the little accent where, you know, don't get me wrong, they're good.
The drill rap.
They're good. But what, like, Drake don't know what he's talking about.
Okay.
This is Drake don't know what he's talking about. They're good, but
I don't think you're gonna know any of them. They're like the ones I can think of is like Central C.
Yeah.
Skepta. I don't really know much about Skepta, but then there's Dave. That's the only three I can name from London.
Me too. That's my top three for me. I don't think
And they straight from London, or they don't have any Caribbean or African roots.
A little bit.
Okay.
A little bit.
Because that would make sense to me.
But I don't think they can out-rap American rappers. They will get cooked.
So,
and I think London rappers will say themselves, like, come on, they will have respect for American rappers. Drake just...
Yo, someone said that on TikTok. Someone said that, like, UK rappers won't even say it.
Yeah, they're not going to say that because they know they're going to get cooked. Like, no disrespect to them.
Do you know Jordan Lucas?
Yeah.
There's a beef forming between him and Skepta. Skepta like drop Joyner Lucas on a joint. Joyner Lucas about to come back.
He better stop because Joyner Lucas is
nasty.
He's different.
Yeah,
I've heard all his tracks. He's different.
He's a monster.
And he better relax. He got up there with a little Ice Spice. Like, relax. Take your time.
Now, so let me form this in a question rather than a statement. If y'all feel that UK rappers are not better than America rappers, why do you feel like Drake is saying that about UK rappers? That they're the most lyrical?
So people can talk about him.
He just wants to be relevant.
He said that, just to hear what Drake said.
He another Nicki. He just want to be relevant.
Okay. That's possible. That's very possible. Now, it's funny because, again, it goes into psychological, and then like just getting into someone's brain. I feel like me personally, I feel like Drake is abandoning his American fan base because obviously it's very mixed with after the beef with him and Kendrick and whatnot, and then leaning on his UK fan base on top of his Canadian fan base, but his international fan base especially because Kendrick called it out in the beef, and then Drake is really showing it like massively that he's not really for the culture. He's mixed, he's biracial, and that normally shouldn't matter, but it matters in his case because you can, especially after the beef, you can really tell how much he really just uses and manipulates the like either the black community or the black audience, and is not really for it like that. Like there's no way, especially rap hip hop was formed in America, so there's no way as someone, and Kendrick obviously most people would never make that statement. So like if you cared about the culture of it, or if you cared about the origin of it, you're never gonna say UK rappers are the most lyrical rappers. First of all, that's like a blatant lie. And also, but there's also, that's just, and it's disrespectful. But if you don't care about that, if you don't care about the culture, if you don't care about the origin, if you don't care about everything in between, then it doesn't matter to you. So it's like, again, like I said on TikTok,
ain't nobody in the UK gonna see these.
Drake is not just proving Kendrick right, but I feel like Kendrick exposed him. I think Drake is exposing himself even more with him suing UMG, with him doing this new stunt or whatever. He's not that leaning on streamers like Aiden Ross and Kai Cenat and all that is a bad thing, but it's just very telling on his end that he wants to, as you worded it, be like another Nicki, is looking for attention and whatnot. So, and as a Drake fan, because I'll say I was definitely a big Drake fan up until this rap beef. That it's just very, like, I'm not gonna, because I've been a Drake fan for as long as I've been, I'm not gonna just not tell it like it is, because then you're not a weirdo, but a wave rider or whatever, for lack of better words. So it's just like it's wild to see, and unfortunately you don't know enough about Drake to have like a valid.
But I would say
a strong input. But
the only thing that I would say about him trying to get a fan base or build his fan base in the UK or overseas, not comparing him to Mike, because nobody can be compared to Mike. Mike actually found more respect and a bigger fan base and felt more respected and loved for his artistry over there than he did here, because of everything that was going on with the allegations against him and whatnot. So he found solace over there. So maybe that's what Drake is trying to do.
Right. And the thing is that all literally, I mean, you know Dre Black.
Oh yeah. I had to think. Right. Yes.
He, as a DJ that has gone international or whatnot, he has seen firsthand that most, if not all, American acts receive more love in other countries than they do in America or whatnot. So, and Drake is not new to the game. He's been in the game for like 15 years or whatever. So it's not his first time seeing that. Chris Brown is over in, I don't know if it's the UK, but he's over in Europe and whatnot, and receiving massive love. Yeah. He's not over there saying UK got the best R&B artists or the best fans or whatever the case may be. It's like,
he could never say that.
Chris Brown is logical. Like,
he could never say that with the amount of weight that black or African American male artists here in this country. You can't say that.
And I'm not, and that's what I'm saying. You shouldn't say that, but I feel like it's a level of integrity and character that would prevent you from saying that. Like people say things, ridiculous things all day long for like clickbait and attention, and clout chasing and whatnot. So it's unfortunate that it's Drake, but that's why the topic is, or was, his psychological damage and whatnot. But then before we even could get to the podcast, right before I saw that he made that statement and whatnot, so I had to make it like a two-parter and whatnot, because it's like, oh, this is exactly what we're talking about. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're only doing this because it's a result of the loss in the beef and whatnot, and whatever else you've been going through in the last year, but all stems from a loss and whatnot.
Yeah, he's trying to make up for his loss of fan base elsewhere. That's how I would view it.
That's the best way you can look at it. And if I could, I think that's how you almost slap, because I already played this. That's crazy. All right, I already played that. Fuck it. So yeah, any other thoughts on Drake?
Drake, he's my guy still. I still listen to his songs and stuff. But
did you listen to What I Miss?
Yeah.
What did you think of it?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. But then again,
is it a hit? Is it fire?
Listen,
I'm not trying to lead you. I genuinely want your opinion.
I'll give it like an 8. People said it was fire, and I actually took a listen to it. I'm just like,
if you rate it at 8, that's what I would think is fire. You don't think 8 isn't fire for you? What the fuck is an 8?
But I'm debating between a 7 or an 8. Okay. So like, I'd say like a 7.5. Okay. Me personally.
Okay.
But Pusha T's album, like, come on now. he wasn't around for like a minute, and he came out with some heat.
No, I'm not devil's advocate. Though I didn't listen to Pusha T's whole album, but I did listen to the joint Kendrick was on. Kendrick burnt him and his brother. Kendrick smoked the shit out of them. Both of them.
He did. He definitely
did. Bad. That shit bad.
With Kendrick, what I love about Kendrick and what I like about listening to Kendrick is that he
don't stop.
He's lyrical, and like, he has great wordplay. Like, you could, like, if you heard Swimming Pool or you heard Poetic Justice, it's like, damn, he's talking. But Drake, he did his thing on that track. He did his thing on the track, but I wouldn't say it's something to really talk about. Other than that, he should have just stayed in his cave where he was at. But Drake just want to be relevant.
Well, hopefully he gets his relevance from when his album drops, and less from
let's see,
and less from the different like clickbaity or attention-seeking acts, like saying UK rappers are the most lyrical rappers and whatnot. Anything from Rashawn? Anything you guys want to say before the podcast episode is adjourned?
Where's the gavel?
I don't got that. I got the.
I will say,
Rebel.
All the way back to the beginning.
Okay.
For the marketing thing.
Bring it back.
I forgot. I also do photography. That's one last thing.
You might as well give them a rundown.
Candle making, photography, graphic design for apparel, fans, which I showed.
Can you send me a link for the fans?
Yes, I will.
Please.
Me, I'm just a furniture.
Oh, that's crazy. And she hasn't had a shot. But that's still fire. That made up
fans. Did I forget? I forgot. I'm an author. I wrote a book 4 years ago. On the 1st of August, it will be 4 years since I released my first book.
That's fire.
I've since released 2 other books, a coloring book and a cursive writing book, because they don't teach cursive writing anymore in school. Yeah. So all of that is available.
That's crazy, because I learned that
on my Etsy shop, litdscreations.etsy.com, or Books by Rashawn, RASHONE FORREST, Books by RashawnEForrest.com to get my books.
Fire.
Shout out Black Excellence.
Thank you.
Every time. City Boy Jay, what you got?
I'm a furniture salesman. If anybody needs a mattress or a piece of furniture, I'm your guy. I'll send you a business card. Probably clip that for me. I do streaming. Follow me once again, J Capri, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. I'm great for entertainment. I also do a little comedian work and stuff like that on the side.
I like it. I can see that for you. I like that.
But yeah.
That's what's up. That's dope. Around here, it's very rare to see people chase their ambitions and or like passions and whatnot. Yes. So it's dope to have not just one but two people in the room that are doing their thing and chasing their passions and ambitions and whatnot. So it's very, very fire, very, very dope. Is Capri your last name or what?
No, my name is Joshua.
No, it's Capri your last name.
No, that's just a random name I came up with. My last name is Smith.
Nah, that's dope. I mean, that's a common right there. Stand up. Please put that. He said no.
He said, "Is Capri your last name?"
Nah, last name is Smith.
My last name is Smith.
Now Capri would have made sense, but it's fine. I'll
Joshua
take
Capri.
It. Capri just came out of nowhere. Capri Sun.
That's what I'm
Design in my head for a shirt.
Well, the name literally came out of nowhere. Hey, with me, I got a creative mind, so like
it's catchy.
See, there you go. With me, it's like I like to do something that's like questionable. It's like just like last night I had a whole bunch of sugar, like Domino sugar, on my desk, and I took a picture and then posted that I was streaming. People were questioning. I was like, "Why you have so much sugar?" I was like, "Listen, you see the post, right? Not join the stream. Catch them off guard.
Okay. Never let them know your next move.
Yeah. I do that with everybody. My mom hates when I do that, but I do it anyway.
That's tough. Yeah, this has been a dope episode. It's been 2 hours. Thank you guys for both coming through for your first time on the podcast.
Love it.
Hopefully y'all be back again.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be back.
All right, bet.
Just like the term you said, I'll be back.
Sounds good. Until next time, Jesus Christ. Yes. I like wild.
Don't forget to pray. I'll put that in.